Hello and welcome to the 45th episode of the Destiny Community Podcast. I was just yelling at Alexa. I'm sorry. My brain kind of farted there right as we were about to go live.
What was Alexa trying to tell you?
I don't know. She just randomly. I'm
clean your room, Patrick.
Yeah, this place is filthy, Patrick.
There is
time to do dishes.
There is a dinner plate right next to me that I haven't cleaned. So
clean your plate,
probably,
Patch. It's your mother, essentially. Alexa's your mother.
Yeah, yeah. Alexa, will you be my mother?
No.
She said, "Sorry, I'm not sure."
She's like stone cold.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
She's so indecisive.
She is very indecisive. And don't talk to one of her social bots. They're weird.
She has social bots?
If you say, Alexa, let's talk, it's a whole deep dive into robot AI.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Is Alexa the Amazon one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alexa's the Amazon one.
Because I remember the Twitch with the Google bots, the Google Home bots talking to each other. That was really weird. Pretty freaky.
That was funny.
No, I got it because they're gonna have they're gonna integrate it with Destiny Item Manager, so I'll just be able to say, equip my whatever weapon and it'll do it.
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
That's what I want.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some good stuff, man. Destiny 2 and Dim, when we saw them at Guardian Con, the new interface that they're gonna have is gonna be awesome.
I'm excited.
So, you guys also probably noticed another voice, one not of the American variety. And there, I would like to welcome Leahloveschief to the podcast. Hello.
Hello.
We clap. Oh, we don't clap. Oh,
we don't clap. We don't.
Let's clap.
It doesn't.
We're an audience. On a talk
yeah,
show.
we're an audience.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We don't have enough weeks in the month to get the people on, and I can't tell you how long I've wanted to get you on the podcast, all throughout year one of this show. And God, man, so thank you very much for staying up. It's like 2 a.m. there, and we really appreciate you being here.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. I'm really excited to be here. It's nice to have the opportunity, so thank you.
So you started in the Destiny directory, right?
Yes, yeah. I originally started streaming and I wanted to do sort of Grand Theft Auto and Destiny, but I tried streaming GTA twice, and each time I just got kicked from the server so much, I was like, it's not worth it. So I just started streaming Destiny. I was like, this is the only game I've got, so I might as well just stream Destiny. And I ended up kind of working out quite well. So.
It's awesome.
You built up a really great, fun, interactive community. I feel like every time I stop by, they're very welcoming. There's a lot of activity, a lot of people talking. How have you gone about creating that?
Well, so a lot of how my Twitch sort of started was through cosplay, which was I don't know, a bit unusual, I guess, compared to a lot of streamers. But I on my third or fourth cosplay stream, or on my third or fourth stream, sorry, I decided to do it in cosplay. And then I sort of got a lot of viewers, and when it's your sort of first week of streaming and you suddenly got 200 viewers, and you're like, oh, now suddenly you have a decision to make on where you want that stream to go and what direction you want it to go in, and if you want to build a community or you just want to be someone who just entertains. So yeah, after that it sort of took off quite quickly. So I had the first year of streaming was really odd because it wasn't like a typical first streamer's year. I had a year of extreme growth where I was averaging hundreds and hundreds of viewers every single night, up to the thousands. And I didn't know how to handle that because I didn't watch Twitch before I started streaming. I was just sort of riding the wave, I don't know what I'm doing. I hope this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. But it was, and then I felt like I had no one to really turn to and ask about it because I didn't know anybody who had been in the same position as me. So then it got to the point where sort of obviously that extreme growth tailed off. I got more of a consistent viewer base of people who would come around every single stream. And then from then, I could really start focusing on who I was and who I wanted to present myself to a community, and what I wanted to put out there in the world and what kind of influence I wanted to have. Because I guess you guys will know, as a streamer, you get a lot of comments about, oh, you're just a streamer. What do you do to help the world and stuff? And it made me think a bit. I was like, what do I do to help the world? What is my place here? And I sort of thought, I want to be someone He makes people laugh. He makes people happy. It got me through some dark times watching Twitch and YouTube. So I thought, I wanted to be that person who brightened people's day and made people laugh and happy. And I wanted people to feel welcome when they came to the community and not feel like they were pushed away by sort of jokes that were maybe a little bit on the edge of comfortability, which, even I could find jokes like that quite funny, but it's not something I try and promote in my community because it's not, it doesn't create the right atmosphere, I find. So, I really tried to promote a place where anybody could feel they were at home and feel that they could make a friend. No matter who it was, there'd be someone there who would, work with them and feel like they connected well.
Did you feel like you had somebody you said you didn't really know anybody that had connected in that way that could mentor you. Did you find a mentor or somebody that you had worked with that you looked up to?
So the sort of first month of streaming, I had, the big guys, I had Goth and Broman, and they just like raided my stream, and I was like, who are these guys? Why are there so many people watching?
What's a raid?
I still didn't know what Kappa meant at that point. I was still trying to figure everything out. So it was kind of at the point where I wanted to ask Goth all these questions, and I didn't want to bother him because he was a big streamer. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be bugging you all the time on Twitter. But like, I have so many questions about Twitch and what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So it kind of got to the point where I'd watch a lot of streamers, and particularly at that time, it was a point where the Destiny Twitch community wasn't really established in any way. It wasn't big. There was a few core streamers. It was a time where Laced Up Lauren would stream sort of semi-regularly. She'd do GTA and Call of Duty on the side, which I don't see her do that at all anymore. It's crazy. So there was like maybe 4 people, I think, like Triple Rec, Goth, Broman, Lauren, and they're the people I started looking up to and watching all the time. And I noticed how, Lauren managed to make a really friendly community there. And I thought that was like really lovely. So I sort of like low-key creep. I don't look in many people's chats anymore. I just kind of like watch from afar and go, yeah, you're doing good. Yeah.
You're doing good. And it really, this community did mature along with that whole class of that first year through, and it came together and everybody started supporting each other. It felt like it became a big family. You left though at some point and started streaming other games mainly. Why did you choose to do that? And like, what did you stream?
So like I said, there wasn't that many streamers really originally in the Destiny community. Then it started growing a whole lot. It got to the point where my stream wasn't growing as much as it used to. So I was kind of looking into myself, like, what could I do differently? Is this the end? Is this it now? I've had my time. It's all over now. So I guess I was looking really on, all right, I've succeeded in growing a Twitch stream. I think I had maybe like 60,000 followers at the time. I was like, I've achieved something here. How do I continue this now and make it into something bigger? How do I get out of this sort of little box I put myself into and see if I'm capable of making something more of what I've done? So I decided to try and branch into variety. I streamed a bit of Fallout, other random games that were coming out. And I mean, I still absolutely loved the Destiny community. I felt like for me, it wouldn't be... it was getting to the point where I was streaming Destiny every single night for like so many hours a night, and I couldn't stand it anymore. I was just like starting to hate streaming it. I was like, I don't want to hate the game that I love so much. So it was for my own sanity, really, that I branched out.
And what did you find that drew you? What game drew you in? Is there any game that's really drawn you in like Destiny?
So I mean, I started variety. I started doing a bit of Fallout, random stuff. I'd always come back to Destiny though, because I just never found a game that would, keep me sort of entertained for those long periods and just keep me going. So I get bored very, very quickly. I get bored of games very quickly. It's a struggle. So then Overwatch came out, and then that was the end of that because Overwatch became a complete obsession. I don't know what happened, and then I became more comfortable as myself as a streamer, as a person. I became more comfortable with being able to do what I wanted on stream instead of what I thought my audience wanted to watch. I was like, it got to the point where there was people coming back every single stream, and I thought, hey, they're clearly coming back for some reason other than the game right now. So why don't I just be myself? So I started playing other games, Overwatch. Then it got to like last October, and I stopped streaming Destiny last October for about 6 months, and it was sort of a test for me. It was, can I sustain my channel without Destiny? Am I more than just a Destiny streamer now? Can I move out of that sort of a container?
Right.
And
you've been very successful.
I've been so lucky, in all honesty, to have maintained everything that I had there, and still, I have people that come to the stream every time and are interested in it. So very, very, very lucky.
Well, we're really happy. Oh, sorry.
There is one thing that I like from your streams. You actually design a lot of your own emotes, right?
Yeah. So I like
a couple of them.
Yeah, there's a few I designed, like the cat and a few of the little random ones. I have a couple of artists I go to for more, at the moment I don't have time, which is the sad thing. I wish I had more time. I bought myself a nice graphics tablet. I was like, I'm going to do all the drawing now. I can't wait. And then it's just like, I don't know, things just hit me like a wall, just like, here's some opportunities in life and all sorts of stuff coming at you. So I've not had time to put into it, but I spend a lot of my time doing graphics now. I do most of my own graphic design stuff, which I love doing. So it's a nice little creative outlet.
Nice. Totally.
That's awesome.
Well, it's great because you're a natural entertainer. It was someone that I always appreciated having in the Destiny directory. So when you stopped playing Destiny, I was like, I was bummed out. So one of the things that we are excited about, one of the opinions that we really want to hear is yours, and you represent a very strong community. And as we get ready for Destiny 2 and we see the beta and the content that's coming out, really want to hear if this is something that you feel like is going to draw you back into playing Destiny, and how, if you're as excited as you were for D1, really.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty funny, really, because in March sometime, Deej messaged me and he's like, hey, do you want to do a Bungie bounty? I was like, I haven't played Destiny in 6 months. Like, I'm going to be so bad at PvP. It's going to be just painful. I don't even want to imagine what chat would have been like. He's like, let me know if there's a way I could convince you to come back at some point. I was like, oh, I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, no, he thinks I just hate Destiny now. I promise I don't. I absolutely adore Destiny. It's my favorite game, and my name's Leahloveschief. I'm a huge Halo fangirl, but Destiny sort of took that top spot, and now Destiny 2 is coming out, and I am so excited. Like, I can't wait to start streaming Destiny again. The times I spent streaming Destiny was some of my most fun. I just ruined myself. My brain just turned into sludge eventually from streaming it so much. So I felt like I couldn't provide entertainment anymore from a game I'd played so much, and I'm a very I don't know what's the word, like scatty person. I don't really care about roles and like god roles, and I don't pay much attention to what's going on, really. I just like to use the game as a backdrop and chat about what's happening and entertain myself with that. And it got to a point where I felt I couldn't do that as well anymore. But now Destiny 2 is coming out, plenty of content, and I really can't wait to get back involved again. So so excited.
And we've got some juicy stuff coming out in the THWAB, this week, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about this week. Did you guys watch that Crucible trailer that came out? Was that 3 days ago now?
Hell yeah.
It sounds about right.
How many times did I watch it? More like.
It was amazing.
It was good.
There was a lot of interesting stuff in that trailer, for sure.
The production value was really high. It was
super high. It was a different tone for a Destiny trailer, I found. It was I don't know, would you call that music EDM, Tefty? I don't even know what you'd call that.
Yeah, along those lines, it's trailer.
It's techno.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
It's trailer music. It's like trailer music.
It's trailer hype music,
Yeah.
But there's a lot in it. I mean, we got to see a ton of new armor. We got to see a ton of new weapons. We saw the return of some exotics that we've seen previously. We saw probably new exotic, at least one new exotic, in the form of, I don't know what that thing was, but it looked nasty. Then we saw there were some hints at maybe some returning exotics, which was interesting for sure.
We saw Takenaut and
the Warlock helmet.
There's a
Starfire Protocol.
Starfire Protocol chest piece for Warlocks.
Chest piece, sorry.
Yeah. I thought I was like, really? Those two? Well, also, not to put a downer on it, but I was a little taken back by the fact that those look like they might be coming back, like old exotics.
Yeah.
Well, let's start there.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start there.
Yeah, let's start the exotics coming back.
What about it? Are you guys happy about it, or
no? I want fresh everything. 100% fresh. If it smells,
I want to let go of the balance of Destiny 1 and all the metas and everything. I just want to be completely fresh.
Yeah, completely fresh.
I'd be okay if those pieces were like blues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they just
yeah.
brought the design back and like kind of like a throwback. Like, hey,
Like-
remember this from Destiny 1? Well, it's a blue now.
Like old relics that just don't have their power anymore, but you can like potentially get one. It's like,
That'd be really
this used to
cool,
be a good
actually.
exotic, but no longer. You know?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That
But
would be
if it's
okay. I'd be okay with that. But if it's a legit exotic that's in the game that you can earn, that whatever future Xur sells, I'd be like, what? What?
So like, what about Galahorn? What if
Galahorn?
I don't want
I
it.
would be quite mad. I would hate it. I really would.
Is there an exotic that you'd want to see come back?
Dragon's breath.
Dragon's breath of everything.
Dragon's breath. Give me that
Really?
napalm.
Maybe
You know what?
There's not a single exotic I want
No,
to come
I don't.
back.
No, I don't want
Destiny 2.
Thorn to come
Maybe in Destiny 4, I wouldn't mind seeing the return of some Destiny 1 exotics. But I mean, in Rise of Iron, we just got the rest of them, right? It's like
Yeah.
they already played that nostalgia card. You can't play it again. It's been played. It's on the board.
Let me slide this to you guys. What if they're like, hey, we got these other exotics coming back, and we're also bringing back Bones of AO.
Oh, no.
And I only wear Bones of AO. And I don't want
want
to be stuck in that fashion again.
Exactly. Well,
I need to be free from my chains to express myself.
I also just want a brand new Destiny, and that's why I don't want any of the exotics to come back at all.
So for me, it kind of depends on what they are. If they bring back Starfire Protocol and it's the exact same thing, like same perk, same look, I would be super, super unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
If they brought it back and maybe, we've seen shaders maybe work a little bit differently. It takes shaders very differently, and the perks are much different to what we've experienced. Like, they've added more things. Maybe they've taken some things away, or they've just narrowed down its identity a little bit more and just made it cooler. I think then I'd be like, okay, I would much prefer brand new stuff. But I wouldn't be like, I hate this. If they changed up the perks like a lot, significantly.
I really hope there's less exotics in Destiny 2. I feel like it got to the point at the end of Destiny 1 where there was an oversaturation. They didn't feel special because there was just one for everything. Like, it's the point where I don't even remember half of them that came in the DLC of Destiny 1.
But they weren't worth to remember it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd much rather they focused on like a very few really awesome ones that you really want to use, and you have to be choosy about them.
Okay, but what about this though? What if there was actually as many exotics as we have now, but they all had legit purposes that were useful, that made you go, oh, this is perfect in a situation like this. I can't wait to use that. As opposed to...
say like Touch of Malice, for example. Like, something like that would be amazing. Like, so for specific parts of the Destiny story or raid or whatever, then...
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I like the idea of an exotic helping the character to attain a harder level of endgame. Like you were just giving the Touch of Malice, made it possible to do the hard mode raid, right? And it introduced more people to the ability of doing it. I love that idea. That's great.
That would be great.
So what would you guys do if you were in Bungie's place and you wanted to introduce an exotic or you wanted to introduce an ability that previously came with an exotic? Let's say, let's take Bones of EO for example. You want to give hunters the ability to, quadruple jump or triple jump if they have double jump, whatever. So you want to bring that ability back in the form of an exotic. What's the proper way to do it? Is it to create a brand new exotic that's not called the Bones of EO? Or is it to just bring back the Bones of EO?
Exotic armor mod.
Armor mods.
It's hard because
like
it's so
wear what I
grounded
want.
in the lore. Like, so everything's sort of got a place in the lore, so it's really hard to like just separate that.
There's also just like the whole, it's a new game, I want to experience new things, and I don't. There's some things where it's like, hey, the problem with hunters in Destiny 1 is that the other classes' base movement speeds were arguably better, and hunters had to use this one exotic to make them more competitive.
All right, so maybe I used a bad example of doing the Bones of EO. Let's say it's the Starfire Protocol. What if you want to bring the abilities back that the Starfire Protocol granted? What is the proper way to do that?
Sorry,
is
Bob,
it
I'll let you
to?
go.
I guess I object to the line of questioning.
Oh,
only Briar, because I feel that some of the problems with Destiny 1 is that some of the core elements of the game were attached to exotic armor and guns.
Right.
And I feel like those, for the sake of the game and it's being in the direction I think that they want to take it, those should be inside of the selection process of your class abilities. They should be in those trees. So you are creating yourself as a tank, as a stealth class, or as making more of a choice by the player instead of getting, being a fast Titan and a tank. You can't do that, right?
So, Pope, do you think this is a reality, or is this just the idea that you'd like them to take this direction?
Well, I mean, from the beta, it looks like it's the direction they're taking.
Well, we didn't see any exotics in the beta, or we didn't see any exotic armor in the beta.
From what we know right now, it looks like the direction they're heading. Since we haven't seen any of the exotics, my answer to your question is no, I don't want to see that happen, because I want it to be the direction that we think it's going, which is the class abilities being the selection process.
Okay. I got to say that the beta also showed a version of Destiny's PvP that we did not experience in Destiny's beta. Or I'm sorry, the trailer showed a version of Destiny's PvP that we did not experience in the beta.
Nailed
right?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
What does that mean? Have they changed how fast paced?
No.
No, it means that they wanted
Or are
to
they
throw some razzle dazzle.
customers?
Yeah.
It's razzle dazzle.
It's razzle dazzle.
D2 with razzle dazzle.
Yeah,
It's Hollywood magic.
If you see a trailer for a Michael Bay movie, do you expect to see a bunch of dialogue in that trailer?
No, I expect to get an accurate representation of what's going to be in the movie.
Briar.
No, you don't.
When you saw the cinematic for Witcher 3, the cinematic trailer like 2 or 3 years before it came out, do you feel like that was representative of what actually happened in the game?
Wasn't in gameplay. It wasn't gameplay. A cinematic trailer serves a different purpose than a gameplay trailer does, and this was a gameplay trailer.
I see where you're going with this, Briar.
Yeah.
You might get me fired up.
Going.
You might get me fired up. Keep going.
So
I might get upset right now.
In that trailer, they show a version of Destiny's PvP that is very fast paced. I mean, there's a one shot body shot kill with a sniper rifle. There's a hand cannon one shot melee kill. I mean, he's doing more damage. Specifically, like the first, they kind of go through the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Titan, like in series. And the Hunter, I mean, he's doing more damage with weapons than what we experienced with the beta. The time to kills are much, much faster in that trailer than what we experienced in the beta. A trailer is meant to sell the game, right? It's a marketing tool to sell the game. Does that trailer accurately represent Destiny's PvP? If it does, then what can we expect from Destiny's PvP coming forward? Right? Because we know there are changes based on the spot.
Are you saying, Briar, that
hold on.
Okay,
or does that trailer represent something that's not in Destiny's PvP? Is it misleading?
I think they hyped up the numbers, like bumped them up during the trailer.
So they're misleading.
So Briar's pointing out that there's somebody that is going to have purchased Destiny 2 based off of that gameplay trailer alone, right? They're going to play it and go, I'm
not killing people this fast.
This isn't the same game. I thought I was getting a game where I got space magic, right? I got crazy abilities.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of when Destiny 1 came out and they had all those sort of trailers come out about how Destiny 1 was going to be on patrol and stuff. And the game came out and it was like, oh, this is quite different. I bought the game based on this expectation. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was 100% trailer montage. It was Destiny 2.
It was a montage
hype.
Yeah.
Like, here's the classes.
It was like watching Triple's montage.
Yeah. It's like, here's somebody demolishing a few people, clip after clip after clip after clip. And maybe some of the numbers were confirmed to be different. It's like,
basically all of them are.
It's a moment. It's a moment in there. And when you actually play it, you can have some crazy, like, hype shots. Like, I saw Lumi's clip of being a shotgun god and just flying all over the map and killing 4 people, like, instantly like that. Like, it is technically possible. It's just, you're not going to...
Well, some of the stuff in that trailer wasn't technically possible in the version of Destiny that we've played.
I mean...
Right. Okay, so there's discrepancies with the actual damage, and they also haven't confirmed that they've locked in the damage numbers for the Destiny 2 release. I don't expect it to be as slow as it was for the beta. I expect it to be increased for when the game actually gets released. But you have to remember also, this is part Activision marketing, and Activision likes to sell us Call of Duty like we're just flying everywhere and murdering as many people as possible, nukes and this, and walking away from explosions like Michael Bay. So,
I mean, how do you feel about the usage of the word competitive? Because I hate the fact that they keep putting it in your face like competitive PvP when that other games have really set a standard there of competitive being a ranked system and stuff, and they're just like, no, but it's competitive. Like, what? How do you feel about that?
I definitely like that they're advertising competitive PvP because that can draw that type of player in. Right now, it feels like there's nothing that's really going to be there for the type of competitive player that would want to stick around. Like, no, we don't know if there's going to be a ranked system. We don't know if the stuff that would actually bring those people in. But one point about the trailer, I do feel like it was representative of the gameplay that you can see. The only misleading thing is if you're going to pay attention to damage numbers. If you ignore damage numbers, every single play there is possible.
Let me introduce a possible.
So I can shoot a Guardian with a hand cannon and then melee him and get.
If they're low health, if you
he wasn't low health. You could see his fully shielded, fully health.
Okay, hold on. You can do it, assuming that you have land a headshot with a hand cannon, have the increased damage roll up from your hunter. I believe you can get a one shot off with that.
So let me bring in another wrinkle to this, Briar. I hear where you're going, and I think you've got a point there, but I think people can understand that it's a cinematic trailer. But let me add a little piece to this. Something they talked about in the THWAB is they talked about how they were increasing the damage to certain abilities to make them seem more powerful, right? They didn't want to up the frequency of them, so they upped the damage. And I know they were specifically talking about PvE, right?
Yes.
But what if we're seeing a representation of some of the attack numbers for abilities, like we're not getting our supers as often as we wanted, but when we do get our super, it's going to be it's going to achieve space magic. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it could be why we saw what we saw in the trailer.
I think what we saw in the trailer, there's two explanations. Either the game that we're going to see in the PC beta and in the full release, or in the full release of Destiny 2, is a much faster paced Crucible. And that's an accurate representation of what Destiny 2's PvP environment is going to be, or it's not, and it's a misleading trailer.
I reject your opinion, or I reject those two options, and would like to substitute the third one.
Introduce the third one.
Everything shown in the trailer is for marketing purposes, but
marketing is to sell a game. And if you're selling a game that doesn't accurately represent, if you're selling a trailer, using a trailer to sell a game, and it doesn't accurately represent the game, isn't that misleading?
I
mean,
mean,
you sound like an old man, like screaming at kids to get off your lawn.
I completely get it. The damage numbers are totally not what we experienced in the beta, and it could be it could indicate that they up the damage by about 50%, which would give us those same numbers. At the same time, this entire conversation could be completely avoided and annulled if they would have just turned the HUD off or for that particular part, so you couldn't see the health, so you couldn't see the damage numbers. That being said, every single possible play that was made could have been done, if the person landed a headshot with a sniper instead of a body shot.
It was a bit misleading, but I thought it was an exciting trailer.
Yes. I'm not going to not buy Destiny 2 based off a trailer, but what I'm saying is that if somebody, a COD player that, maybe bought Destiny 1 and they didn't like the slower paced combat at Destiny, maybe they played the beta, they really didn't like the slower paced combat in Destiny 2. They saw that trailer and like, oh shit, that looks exactly what I'm looking for. And then they go out and buy Destiny 2. That could lead to some hurt feelings.
What if every single person, aside from the person that we were seeing, was at a lower light level? Did you think about that?
That could be.
Yeah, it was an accurate representation of Iron Banner.
Accurate representation of how light level can
This was the highest ranked guy in Iron Banner, and everybody else was
everyone else just scrubbed.
Yep.
That's
coming
it.
in.
That was what we saw.
Zoning in.
Yeah.
Especially if
I think it's a
quick
question
play.
worth bringing up. That's all I'm saying. It's a question worth bringing up. Like, is it a accurate representation or is it not? Is
Okay.
it, you know?
Here's the thing. It looked like Destiny. Did it not?
It was Destiny.
Okay, it was Destiny, right? So
It was Destiny.
sure, some numbers were different, but the sandbox can change, and I don't really feel like I mean, I see your point, Briar, about a Call of Duty player coming over and then being like, "This isn't the PvP that I was promised. God damn it, I'm pissed," you know. But I feel like a lot of people are going to buy Destiny for not just the PvP alone. They're gonna play through the campaign. They're gonna get used to the mechanics that way, and then jump into the PvP.
I just pointed
Worth
out.
talking about. Worth talking about.
I felt like it was worth a discussion.
Sure.
Anything else we want to talk about in the trailer?
That it looks exciting. It looks like we're getting.
It looked very
We're,
exciting.
They
we're
showed
gonna
more
get
exotics.
Exciting than the game we're gonna get, maybe.
all right. So we did get some information from Lars, right, about Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yes,
So
the
good.
12 was
So-
full.
Can I just say that as I was reading through it, I won't say what I was reading, but as I was reading, I was just like, oh, really? I was like, everything that I talked about was like, boom, you wanted this? Here you go. Have a pancake. It was fantastic.
We get pancakes.
We get pancakes.
Yeah,
Pancakes?
we get whatever
Space
we want.
space pancakes.
Whatever
Oh my
we
gosh.
want,
This was
we
pancakes
got it.
with bacon
I
on the
was
side,
so
extra
happy.
maple syrup, some butter on there. There's everything in here.
Can we go through the list?
Yeah, for
We are
sure.
going to.
They explained that the quick play and competitive playlists are now going to have two separate matchmaking settings. So quick play will be less based on skill-based matchmaking, more based on connection, and competitive will be more based on skill and less on connection. How much those ratios are adjusted, that's kind of nebulous, but they went ahead and made the point to say that the quick play playlist will be less based on skill-based matchmaking,
And
which I
I-
think is going to make a lot of players happy.
I really hope that it does actually follow through with that, and legitimately is first connection based and then skill based matchmaking, because when they get stretched, those connections, it creates a poor environment.
So one of the things that concerns me about that is that the first line is matchmaking times will be shorter with less emphasis on skill.
Still will be skill-based matchmaking in the quick play.
Well, yeah, it's going to protect. It's still going to be some protections there from like my mom in the Crucible, which you don't want to play against. It's
She's
not going to be fun for
terrifyingly.
you.
She will destroy us.
Yeah, exactly.
The chances for a skill mismatch are going to be higher in the quick play playlist than in the competitive playlist.
Sure.
But for the higher skill players, it also create a more casual environment theoretically.
And this goes to what Leah was talking about earlier between quick play and competitive. Like naming these. Does this go far enough to call this competitive?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think we can know that yet. Oh no.
No, I don't think it goes far. I'm like, in order for Destiny to truly be competitive, there's a lot more things that we need in the actual infrastructure. And I think what Leah was talking about, speaking for you, Leah, is that playing Overwatch is a legit competitive game, and the way it's set up is phenomenal with the tick rate and all that, and like the actual netcode. Then you come over to Destiny, and there's a whole slew of problems, from balance to netcode to peer-to-peer connections, for it to be truly considered competitive. And I think a lot of people on the outside looking in saying, oh, well, it's competitive now. We'll get back into Destiny 2. Like, is that going to create... I think that would create more of a disconnect for people than the trailer that we saw. If they're thinking, wow, this is a competitive game now, I'm going to jump in and play it, and be like, what on earth? This is not competitive.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think a precedent's already been set with what people expect from competitive now. But I think Bungie keeps saying they have a lot up their sleeve. So like, there's a part of me which is hoping, which I shouldn't be. I always get let down. There's a part of me that hopes that they're just like secretly holding on to like a really good competitive actual infrastructure, and they're just not told us about it yet.
Yeah.
If you're gonna label something competitive, I would like to know what I'm competing for. Not necessarily just competing to have,
ELO.
a more competitive game. I mean, yeah, I want to. If we're going to compete for ELO, let me see what my damn rating is at the very least. If I'm queuing into a competitive playlist, I want to know that I'm matching people that are like 2,800. Cool. I can maybe work to try to break 3K, or just something like that. That's all it really takes. If you just put a number on it, there you go.
What if
rank system?
The tracking ghost? There's a competitive tracking ghost that you can get
An ELO
that
ghost?
will track your ELO ghost.
With other people that have the ghost. It's in the ghost network.
Yeah, you bring up your ghost. It's like,
Yo, how do I check my ELO? Oh, you got to get the ghost. Sorry.
You got to get the ghost.
Yeah, you got to grind for the ghost.
You got to get the ghost.
So you can only find the ghost in PvE.
You're not. You're not
raid. Only in the raid.
Not worth tracking ranking until you're at least 2,500. That's when you get it.
Yeah.
There were some other changes to the playlist as well. The winning score in Control has been extended from 75 to 100 to allow more time to play and use your abilities. I think that's a welcome change because too many matches were shorter than we expected. We've also extended the trigger for the Mercy rule, so it will come into play less often.
Okay.
I'm not completely sold
in
on
the social playlist.
Yeah.
This is in the quick play. Control is in the quick play playlist. So Control was 75 points, and a lot of players were saying it was too short. Extending it to 100 points means that more players will get their super during the match, and they won't. All the supers won't just come out right at the end of the match. Which now you actually have to choose when you're going to use your super, as opposed to just using it because the match is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
Also, super energy charge has been increased across the board as well. So, longer control game plus more super energy in general. Maybe you could get 2.
Chuck 2 Slovas.
Yeah. In the competitive playlist, there was a change to countdown to better reflect how you'll perform against your opponent. So they're going to calculate skill differently than they did in the beta.
Really?
I thought they were going to help Patrick not be confused as often.
Look, they need to label what you are doing better, okay? And in Counter-Strike, it's very clear. I can only buy an AK. That means I'm on terrorist. I can only buy an M4. That means I'm on counter-terrorists. I'm never confused about what my role is. If we're flip-flopping every single round on countdown, I'm going to get confused, okay?
I think this is a you problem.
It completely is, but there are other people like me out there.
The UI, Patrick, was like insane information about what side you were on.
Mean? What does defend mean in that case?
That means defend from them planting a
Dropping
bomb.
a bomb on you.
Yeah.
Okay. What if it meant defend the bomb that's already planted? Huh?
Yeah, but that's attacking. You're attacking.
But it's not planted already.
That doesn't
if it's
feel
not
like
planted, you
attacking to
can't
me.
defend it.
I guess if you're the very first time playing, it might be like, oh, what's
This
happening?
wasn't
But
the
after the
first
first,
The very first time. You're right. The very first time.
This was on day 5 of the beta. This was
It was.
Still confused.
It was like last day.
Maybe you were
beta was
like-
about to go down, and Patrick's like, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, let's see. You get
You're
it.
probably
you get
sleep
an odd,
deprived.
No, I
Defty, you get it in the
don't pay
voice of
attention.
Shax. He tells you at the beginning. You get it
I don't listen to
visually
people.
in the front of the screen.
I can't
You get
read.
it visually in the heads up display. Right? It shows the bomb plant sites, or it shows where the defense sites. are.
the colors of the bomb is either gray or blue. So that's too close for me. They're basically the same shades. They're both dark. I'm not going to notice that.
Well, if this gives me any hope for my mom to be good at Destiny, I mean, Patrick got there. So
Right?
she can do it.
And he's basically illiterate.
If you spawn in on the side with the drunken cabal, then you are on the attacking side.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But
That's
but
There's a couple
would-
passed out drunk cabals next to you. Then you know
But
you're on the
would-
attacking side.
But would a new player know that?
Oh man,
They
no.
wouldn't.
There we go.
Anyhow,
And,
there are also some fixes and some tweaks that have been made that are going to be shown in the PC beta that are based off of player feedback from the console beta. They're fixing the infinite super glitch. They are fixing the Warlock glide glitch, unfortunately. They're fixing the infinite grenade glitch, which was available in PvP as well.
That was dumb.
Warlocks now have the same melee range as all other classes.
Oh. Great.
But
That's
isn't
good.
that nice?
Yay!
Oh, I love that.
Welcome to the mortal plane, bitches.
Welcome to the mortal plane.
Three tweaks
oh my
they're
God.
making. They globally reduce the time it takes to charge your super in PvE and in PvP. They increased grenade damage in PvE only, and they increased power ammo drops in PvE.
I think that's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
think our Guardians are going to feel a lot more powerful in PvE, depending on how much they actually increase the damage of those grenades and how much they increase the charge time of your super. But definitely getting more power ammo in PvE is going to be a welcome addition, because at times the strike in particular felt like it got a little stale because you're just plinking away forever with your primary, right?
Mm-hmm. Having to save all your power.
Does
to
anybody
the very,
want to
very end.
explain the glitch that they were talking about?
Yeah, I can. The Warlock Glide glitch?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, there was a glitch with Warlock Glide where if you popped your super, your Dawn Blade specifically, and died extremely shortly after, so you would usually pop it and then like fall off something and hit a death zone, you could get your super back up, pop it again, and you would keep doing that, basically popping your super and then dying very shortly after it. It would increase the speed that your glide can launch you. Oh my God, cars. It would increase the speed that glide could launch you. And it kept stacking and building up the more times you did this until it got to the point where you pressed glide and it would just boom, rocket you across the map, like faster than a Cabal Phalanx could hit you. You know how you fly when you get hit by one of those?
I saw that. It was really cool.
And you would remain in control the entire time with glide. You could do all of that. It was a really cool glitch, but obviously that would make some things very.
Some encounters might be cheesed by flying warlocks.
A little bit.
And they fixed the infinite super glitch. Did anybody do that during the beta?
Oh yeah, I did. No, using the infinite super glitch in the beta was actually kind of beneficial because it allowed us to figure out all the different combos with the supers, with Sentinel and Arcstrider specifically.
Yep.
Sure.
Like Arcstrider, I learned every single combo, so now I actually know how to properly move around with it. Sentinel, they're basically the same.
Yeah, it does cheapen the game a little bit. So I'm glad they fixed it.
Mhm.
But
It's funny that it worked exactly the same way as it worked in Destiny 1, too.
Yeah.
Right? It was like they just split that engine apart a long time ago and hadn't applied any of the patches from the Destiny 1 engine.
That's basically because they wouldn't get a new engine for this and then rebuild a game. They would use the old engine,
Sure.
Yeah.
and then just upgrade a few specific things. And if they just never touch those glitches, it's completely understandable why those would get carried over. There was also the Hunter Shade Step glitch where you pull out your ghost to cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
That one was still active, which I hope they fix that because that's annoying.
Yeah, so it seems like some of the changes that we're going to see for Destiny 2, the PC beta, were put in place so that they can pull some of that data that they need, right? Some of that information they need without having these sort of glitches throw the data sets off, right? I mean, that's the way I kind of see it. The reason why it was so important to get it fixed for the PC beta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see it would help out with the data. Also, just you want to get it fixed so you can make sure it's fixed for the actual game to see if your fix didn't fuck up anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. But I'm seeing the beta as having been developed a while ago, right?
Oh yeah.
So this isn't something that they technically needed to put into the beta for the PC beta, but it is good that they're trying to get the most accurate information out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Are you guys all getting the PC beta?
Yeah.
Yes. Unlimited
Yes.
frames. Unlimited frames. Give me.
I'm going to cap my frame rate at 30, just, in solidarity with my console brethren.
I'm going to cap it at 15 just to make people rage when they watch it.
Cinematic.
You should do it. Yeah, cinematic.
24, then 24 if we're doing
24.
cinematic.
24.
Yeah, because obviously we can't see above 30. So
No.
Yes.
Science.
Yes. So, well, it's exciting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they've obviously adjusted in a relatively short period of time, and this leaves me really hopeful that the mechanisms that they put in place for Destiny 2 allow this kind of level of nuanced tweaking, as well as the frequency of it, the speed of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's directly reminiscent of that from one beta to the next, it leaves me hopeful for Destiny 2 and us seeing these adjustments come much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, I really would like to see a responsive live team and just updates. Like I mean, it'd be nice to see monthly patches, really, of things that are, you know, in the works, things that they can fix easily, and not have these periods pass by where it was like 3 months, and then we had a stream about a patch, and then we got the patch like a month later or something like that, you know.
I don't mind
Yeah,
getting a
you're
stream
like,
about a
oh,
patch.
wow.
I would encourage that, but I'd like to see patches more often. Not necessarily like, you know, huge sweeping changes, but adjustments to the meta or the sandbox, or you know, if there's something broken, you know, fixing it. You know, like once a month would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the more updates they have, the smaller it can be. They can do just like a little tweak, and people be like, awesome.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh as well. I think the worst thing they could do is carry on what they're doing now, which is just everything's a bit broken, so we'll just leave it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. Yes.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yes, the frequency of updates has been a big issue, and it looks like they're responding to that.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about what's up next? There
is something. There's like 2 or 3 things on the What's Up doc that are for PC that were very big questions. A lot of players, since you won't have overlays active in the game due to the anti-cheat measures, basically, they're wondering, will we be able to monitor FPS? Yes, Destiny 2 on PC will include an in-game FPS counter. So, Tefty, you can see that you are indeed at 240 frames.
Or not.
Or not.
And have optimization issues.
And then get really angry. You will still be able to monitor your hardware performance, just not have an overlay. So I would just have just have 2 monitors, and then just there you go. That's not what you should do. Those are the 2 major things from the What's Up doc.
They talked a little bit more about the third-party streaming and communications apps and the reasons for that. There was a lot of backlash in the community last week when they announced that. Through outside people, I felt like not people from our community, but there's just people that stopped in and were reactionary, and
the people that I feel like the people that are really angry about it are content creators.
I feel like the people who are really angry about it are ill-informed.
That's more the thing. I mean, there is workarounds. Yeah. There is legit solid workarounds. This is not something. This is a less than 1% problem, and there is solid workarounds for doing it. And if I'm the average player, and it means that I'm not getting, somebody cheating, that's what I want, right?
Just make everyone completely aware. Like anti-cheat measures like this, God, my ice machine is just spewing out ice. It's very loud. It's doing its job. Very
making ice.
Yeah, making
efficiently. Anti-cheat stuff like this, it will curb a lot of the stuff out there, but please don't go into any PC game thinking, just because they have this, there's never going to be any hacking.
Yeah,
it's in everything. I mean, there's always ways to mess with a game, to manipulate it, be it aimbotting or just straight network manipulation that we've had for the past 3 years on console.
That's the biggest thing that I'm worried about, honestly, is that like DDoSing is still going to be a possibility with it being peer-to-peer, unfortunately. And there's no anti-cheat measures you can do to get rid of DDoSing. It's networking.
Just be sure. Also, Bungie, they should totally use Punk Buster. That is the best form of anti-cheat out there.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I know, right?
For those that are uninformed, Punk Buster was quite possibly one of the worst pieces of software ever implemented, and it was basically globally implemented across every online first-person shooter from like 2000 to 2007. I want to say even longer than that. And it just straight didn't work. You had to install it, and then sometimes you would be in a game and it would kick you, and it's like, oh, you don't have Punk Buster installed. I'm like, it's running. It's right there. It's running. What's wrong with you? Or it would ban you because you had Punk Buster, and it identified Punk Buster as a hack.
As a punk.
That is the
Flawless.
level of program we're talking about here. So
Quality.
You know,
there.
that was a great program. I'm glad we don't have to deal with that anymore.
The some of the process is kind of reactionary in the way that they ban people for cheating, like they've done on consoles, and Bungie, has detection systems for people that, knock other people offline, but it's sort of reactionary. They have to do it for a little while before they come across their radar. And there is also the in-game reporting system where you report people that are cheating. So there are two systems that are like social. There's one system that's like a social aggregate, but unfortunately, it takes time to build up the reputation of those people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, it's also very easy to cheat. Yeah. Like, even if it's DDoSing or if it's just lag switching or these things are simplistic things to do, unfortunately.
Yeah. And when the game is young, when the game's new, there's all the more reason to cheat because you actually get something out of it. Whereas now, at the moment, people DDoSing in trials, it's like, what is the point? Like, what are you doing?
The best thing of all, money.
Oh yeah.
That's true. They're starving people for that.
Those trials carries are, that's money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you just got to hope they'll be on top of it from the very beginning and not just like, oh, no, there seems to be a problem again. We'll start looking into it in a few months' time because that's going to be...
That's what I hope is not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they're on it right away.
Oh, there's one more thing in the doc that's actually really good. Bungie.net account recovery. If you were one of the people that got your account orphaned when you're trying to link it to Battle.net or some other service, Bungie.net will soon receive an update to support a form of account recovery if a player lost access on Bungie.net account through the account linking process. We will offer a means of recovering and relinking the original Bungie.net profile to desired credentials.
Now, if they only found a way of me getting back the hunter I accidentally deleted.
This feature will not provide a means of recovering deleted Destiny characters.
Oh,
Hope
man.
Bear, get fucked.
Rip Hope.
I know.
This week will also be the final Trials of Osiris for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even know how long.
Ever.
And ever.
Do you think it's going to become a playlist in D1?
I think they're going to bring it back to... Oh, no. I don't think so.
It's just going to be done.
You'll have elimination that you can queue in. That'll be it.
So, do you think they'll do anything special for the last one? Rotate?
I hope so. I really hope so. Because Trials has been, such a huge thing for their game, right? They came up with this game mode with the loot and the lighthouse and all this stuff. And they have a whole DLC being dedicated to more about Osiris, which is, we've been playing the Trials of Osiris for so long. I think it would be awful if they were like, okay, here's just one map, bye guys, it's been great. They need to do something.
What maps haven't been chosen yet? It's Skyshock,
Bastion?
Cathedral, Bastion.
Yeah.
Cathedral.
I think they should bring back
hilarious.
Spooky Trials for a week.
Oh, yeah. That was a fan
they
favorite.
should not.
That
do
went
that.
over so well.
I would actually play that. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are hoping for just rotating maps. Just rotate through everything.
Just rotate all the maps that have ever been created in the world.
That'd
That'd
be fun.
And turn off the radar.
No.
Yeah.
No
turn off
HUD
the radar.
trials.
No.
Make it a
no
mayhem
radar.
trials.
Oh, no.
Mayhem Trials.
Yes. Mayhem trials. That's what
For the
is-
first
that's
week
what it
ever,
is.
there were no recorded primary weapon kills in Trials of Osiris at all.
At all. Destiny Trials Report does the Destiny Tracker puts up the thing. Nope. Not a
There were
single
3
one.
shotgun kills and 4 heavy weapon kills. The rest were sticky
sleepers
days.
all
and stickers.
grenades.
They could just do grenade and melees only. Mainly nades.
I remember when that was a challenge in year one, grenade
Right?
and melee only, and now it's expected.
It was like prophecy coming as the meta.
I feel bad I haven't played Trials since this time last year. I used to play it every single week on stream, like all the time. I'd be obsessed with it, and now I'm just like, no thanks. I'd rather not.
Yeah, you're not really missing a whole hell of a lot.
I hope it's something really awesome. What I would really, really like for them to do, as well as like rotating maps, is let people go to the lighthouse if they get 9 wins. Even if they have 2 losses, like just let them go to the lighthouse.
Do you think they should? Do you think they should open up the lighthouse like say Destiny 2 comes out and they do a final patch or something in Destiny 1? Like, should they open up the lighthouse to everyone to go visit?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. They should.
Yes.
Yeah, they should.
Yes. And there should be like, little activities there. There should be a ball there.
A ball.
Just
Yes.
this would be a ball.
And
The Trials
yeah.
ball.
Trials.
With the Osiris DLC and the fact that in the lore, I think he was last seen on Mercury anyway. Could be there anyway. Who knows? I'm
That's true.
really, really excited about that. Trying to keep it in. Hold it in.
Bungie Bounty.
I think it's going to be an exciting month. I think what we're going to see is things like at PAX and Gamescom where Bungie's talking more about Destiny 2. Luke Smith was on Twitter right at the beginning of the TWAB. The next time it's the 6th of the month, we'll all be playing Destiny 2 together.
Which is
We're really
crazy.
in like the final moments to the
I
release
know
of
the
Destiny
final
2.
lead up.
I can't wait.
Like the PC beta is like right at the end of the month, and then it ends, and then 5-6 days later, boom, it's out.
Boom! If you're in New
It's
Zealand,
out.
you get
We're
to play
playing-
it first.
Oh, man.
yeah, what do you guys think about that? That's like a big rumor going around.
No, give me a hack.
not a
Let me
rumor.
play it now.
That's
It's
real.
not a-
It's
So
not
they
a rumor.
they
real?
are
It's
Activision.
confirmed?
Yeah, they said that they're doing rolling midnight releases. So New Zealand essentially gets a first, and then Australia, Asia, Europe, and then United States. Which
So we're gonna be last, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
As on the West Coast.
Are they going to do? Well, are they going to
Hawaii's
give it to
last.
all of the U.S.
Oh.
at?
Hawaii's last.
Are they going to give it to all of the U.S.
It's
at
time zone midnight.
Eastern?
time zone midnight.
Can you
Time
imagine?
zone midnight. So I'll be playing 3 hours before you guys.
I believe so. Yeah.
That makes me very happy.
I just
Can I
don't
change
know.
the time zone on my PlayStation?
I was wondering that too. I've considered maybe I should see if I can VPN into New Zealand or something.
Is there a region lock for it? Is there a way of
Yeah.
getting around that?
Well, no, there is a region lock to the
I
one
thought
purchase.
I thought you have your account has to be a.
Your account is based on your.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on your region. I
Time
don't know
to
if
make
it's
a new
based on your
account.
time zone, though.
Brand new
Buy a
account.
PlayStation from New Zealand just to be safe. Make sure it's the right one. Make a new account with a VPN.
I like where you're heading with this, Watts.
There you go.
So
Excellent idea.
So I believe officially the word is the reasoning is to prevent massive server cramps in the system.
Remember what happened to Rise of Iron? You guys remember Rise of Iron, where the entire world suddenly tried to log in, and then
This is going to be
taper
bigger
in?
than that.
This is going to be bigger.
Like a lot bigger.
So it makes sense for
Maybe
that
you-
they're trying to balance the load and have each region come online and then get the servers and stuff. But my only issue with this is that if they do release a raid very soon, as in within a few days of actual launch, then 19 hours is a considerable head start.
That's true.
Yeah. I
Well,
wonder.
good thing,
if it is
good
like a
thing we
3-day
got the
time
Pop-Tarts to give 2 times XP.
We didn't talk about that either.
We will
We
talk
have
about
to,
that.
Will.
They,
We
they
have to talk
don't they
about
don't
that.
they don't get it, do they?
What if you get the physical copy of the disc? Can you play it?
I
Like
believe
if you
so.
get the disc early? So we just need to find a way, go mom pop store, be like, excuse me, I need this early.
I don't think the servers will be active in
No, but like
No, the servers will be active. Yeah.
so if you
yeah,
have the
They won't
physical
let you
copy,
log
you'll be
in.
able to play.
So yeah, what it is that the license itself has to be activated in order to for the game to launch and talk to the servers. But the servers have to be
Right.
online. So if you have a copy, it will talk to the servers because
But if you're in the wrong time zone, it won't let you play.
yeah, it won't actually unlock the license on PSN.
All
Oh my
so
God.
Trip to New Zealand. Let's go.
So
Yeah,
if
let's
you
go
are
right now.
GameStop employee in Sacramento and you want to hook up a streamer, slide on into my DMs, all right?
if anyone
for a
wants
little
to allow us
early
to come
copy
stay,
action.
So you'll still with a physical copy, you can play it early. I don't know.
No,
that-
that's not how that works.
It should with the physical copy because that's the key essentially.
I had a physical.
The key is given to you at midnight.
No, that's if you get a digital copy. The digital software doesn't unlock until the actual time of release.
Physical.
I had a physical copy of Destiny 1. And it was rolling start, and I had to wait until it was midnight central.
Oh, for the servers come online?
Yeah, it's
Leah's dropping knowledge. Let her drop knowledge.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't tell them. I was talking to a guy at Activision. He essentially said the servers will be live, and his exact words were, "Only those who've received an early copy of the game for us will be able to get online because they won't be available for public purchase until midnight." So, if you get a copy from Activision, you can play it. I'm presuming that's digital. So, might answer some questions.
So the servers would be online.
Be giving out early copies.
Justin all of a sudden receives 15 million DMs. Hey, Justin, I'm going to need that special copy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard practice that they will... I'm like, who do they give them to, though? Like, who do they choose?
Right.
Hey, you can have an early one.
Yeah, probably, like press people that use out for it to boost the signal even more. Stuff like that.
Right.
Probably.
Well, let's hope that we get copies, you know?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
I want to play it right away.
Please.
I don't want to. I don't want to be that far behind.
Waiting for it to go live on the West Coast is gonna be so lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my thought about this, guys.
Are you guys positive that they're rolling it across?
Yes. The Activision put out a thing. He put out a thing.
Mark knows what he said.
Or Activision put out a thing. The thing that bothers me about this is it's not like a regular offline solo play type of game where rolling midnight releases make sense. It is a online infrastructure where we've made a bunch of friends and we play with people all over the world because of the type of game it is. And so having like a whole 24 hours have to pass in order for everybody to have access to it. I know that the servers need time to be able to have all the accounts created and be active, but it just feels wrong from a community point of view.
So would you rather be in a queue, an hour-long queue when the servers launch?
Hour-long.
So you can play with everybody. Huh?
I think I would.
Hour-long, that's cute. It would probably be like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, well.
Honestly, I think I'd actually prefer seeing a queue of getting into it than having to wait like 19 hours, essentially.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
Okay.
But then I can see there being damage. I don't know. I feel like there's a more opportunity for damage on their end of like accounts going wrong if they've got like billions of people just logging in. So I can see
if you add in the entire world trying to if you add in the entire world trying to log into the servers, plus probably someone being a dick and like DDoSing servers,
which is
that's the world we live in. If you were to do it's midnight in Pacific, everything's live, that's the situation. Rolling restart, however shitty it is for content creators, for the other 99.9% of the world, it's fine. It's fine.
And it'll be forgotten about on day 2.
Exactly.
Don't let logic come into this. Don't let logic. This is pure emotion.
I'm actually not talking from a content creator standpoint. I'm talking from people who are passionate about the game that want to try for worlds first. In the raid.
Well, we don't know when the raid's coming out. If it's really 3 days, I could see it impacting, like this being a point of contention. If it's 2 weeks out,
then it's no big deal whatsoever.
No big
if it's 2 weeks out from the raid, then who cares? Rolling midnight releases, that's fine. But if it really is the week of or a few days after, then that's huge for people who have full-time jobs and actually want to make an attempt at it to become world first.
I also don't want the story to be leaked.
That's the thing.
You know?
Like
I want to do it first on my own.
Yeah, like if you're on the West Coast and someone in New Zealand has been playing it for that long,
That's true.
But you'd have to avoid like everything.
It's like every Sunday with Game of Thrones.
But worse.
I know, like
19 hours worse.
For 3 hours, I can't go on social media.
I know.
I can't.
You guys remember in Destiny 1?
Think of it as a mini vacation.
You guys remember in Destiny 1 there was excitement over whoever got to level 30 first?
Yeah, there was. It was like an article about the guy that did it.
Yeah, like 19 hours. If you're trying to get max level, be the first one to hit max level, it's quite a bit.
But then with all these XP code promotions, it's just meaningless anyway at this point. It's just, oh, who's chugged the most Rockstar? They're going to be level 31 instantly.
They're level 30 and dead.
And
Yeah.
Incredible.
And Pop-Tarts. Don't forget the Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are where the XP comes from. Rockstar is just like ingrained.
Seeing as I can't get that in England anyway.
But can't people in the United States purchase them and hook you guys up with the codes?
Yeah, they can, but I'm at the perspective where like I want to drag out the content for as long as I goddamn can. I don't want to be speeding through that.
I don't like XP.
I'm not going to use any XP codes.
I'm not either. I'm in the same boat with you. I want to play this and
don't
enjoy
like
it.
Pop-Tarts.
And
I could care less about Pop-Tarts.
Had bad experiences in the past.
I just want to clarify, guys.
Speaking of which,
I just want to clarify one more time because there could be some misunderstanding here. I'm not talking about me as a streamer being salty over other people having 19 hours ahead. I'm talking about the hardcore fans of the game that have full-time jobs and are also incredibly dedicated to Destiny, thinking of it as like, oh, well, it's weird that all these people have different start times when there is an actual a prestige in the community of getting world's first for the raid and getting max level first and all that stuff. So
I hear you, Tefty. If one of my best friends in my raid team happens to live in a different time zone than me, then we're going to both start Destiny 2 at different times. That means that we're not going to be in the same fire team chat for the entire story, going through all those strikes. You know, we're not going to be in the same fire team for the Destiny 2 story experience because we're going to be at totally different levels as we go through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. So
it's either that
Pop-Tarts.
or the servers crash. So
Unless you just wait till the 6th and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and start playing that.
like a normal person.
let's talk to our resident expert about Pop-Tarts and Monster Energy drinks.
Rockstar.
I don't drink any of that crap, so let's anyway, I'm glad somebody else took the bullet for me.
Yeah. So Dado came over yesterday and we did a Rockstar energy drink and Pop-Tart taste pairing. So, you know, if you're trying to maximize the amount of XP and engrams or whatever that you're getting, you know, you probably want to buy flavors and everything that go well together. Does that sound like sound logic?
That
yeah,
makes
like
sense.
wine
Yeah,
and
No, I just don't want to eat either. Well, I'll drink Rockstar because I'm addicted to energy drinks, but Pop-Tarts are trash.
Yeah, so
They taste like cardboard with frosting on them.
not if you toast them. They can be pretty good. So that's what we did. We had like about 10 or 12 different types of Pop-Tarts and then the 3 different energy drinks, and we just paired all of them together over about an hour and a half experience of chugging energy drinks and toasting Pop-Tarts, dunking Pop-Tarts into Rockstar, and other poor life decisions. And yeah, I gotta say, we found the one that you want to do. Of the ones that are available for the promotion, the Pop-Tarts, cherry is actually going to be the best because it pairs very well with the 0 carb and fruit punch varieties of Rockstar. That is what we determined.
Good information. Thank you very much.
It is. We needed that.
Quality.
Yeah.
Do not attempt under any circumstances to pair the chocolate Pop-Tarts, any type of chocolate flavoring. It's bad. Just don't. It's horrible things. Yeah.
Tell us about something that's good.
Tell us about something that's good. About something that's good. Particularly what I liked was like just the normal Rockstar energy drink.
Cherry and fruit punch.
Cherry
I
and
was
fruit
hoping
punch.
you were going to lead into the blue microphone thing.
Yeah, but I was
so.
giving him time to find the thing. You know, I was gonna keep talking about some Pop-Tarts while Patrick's like scourging around trying to get the thing.
I got it up right here.
Okay.
It was,
I was giving you some time.
Isn't there another promotion that's
I
going
was
on?
being a good co-host. Virgin.
Virgin
Media.
And there's another one too. Well, it's not a promotion here. It's the sales stuff. They're selling all that.
the candles.
Oh,
the
we should talk
scented
about
candles.
that.
I want to have a ghost on my toilet with a scented candle coming out.
With the smell of the dreadnought.
The
right?
smell.
Yeah.
That's what
Death and mildew.
Yeah.
You know,
Worms.
when you'd sit and
Worm spit.
the stuff where you'd go into that little hole and you'd sit there and then you get caked
You
in
get
whatever
the
the
stench,
stain.
That, yes.
Delicious.
I want to know what a candle of a thrall stench, the scent of the worm.
I'm assuming it smells
Smells
like death.
I think like dirt, just
Worm.
Well, if they
Rotted
needed,
corpse.
so if they wanted to do the smell of death, they just didn't need a candle. I could have just smelled my own ass. I mean, it's.
I don't know.
Got a
That's-
trash can
that's
right
a
here.
secret.
You
They
can
say-
probably.
they say put it in your bathroom, but it doesn't actually emit a smell, and you're like, oh,
Yes.
well,
Oh,
that's smell quick, I
perfect.
think.
Smells like my ass.
Oh,
I don't know,
man.
man. There's some cool stuff there. What all do they have?
Dude, the Destiny Tricorn ice trays. I kind of want those. However stupid it might be. There's like onesies.
The onesie looks great, and the dressing gowns, like they have the
yes.
things.
I want both of those.
Yeah,
I
and
secretly
that's-
want a onesie.
I'm getting a onesie. We may have already ordered 2 onesies.
All I
May
can
or may
say
not
is
have.
that my life is slowly turning into like just Destiny branded everything. All my T-shirts are from the
No
from the
kidding.
damn Bungie store. Like half my computer peripherals are getting ready to probably be Razer products. And then all of a sudden now I don't even have candles and candle holders, but they're going to be Destiny branded. And then my damn ice cubes are going to be coming out and filling up my water bottle with Destiny Tricorns. and then they're not Destiny branded, but these wild mics and headphones that we're using are just some of the other iconic gear that Blue creates. Because you know what's iconic? Destiny. You know what else is iconic? Blue microphones. Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. There you get a USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their Sadie and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com.
Nailed it.
Nailed
Beautiful.
Professional.
Smooth.
Clip that. We can use that
Freaking
for
profesh.
Yeah.
portfolio. Yay.
We got
Leah.
some Twitter questions this week. Tons of them, actually. If you'd like to send a Twitter question in, or if you'd like to have a question asked on the show, just respond to the weekly tweet that the DCP Twitter tweets out on Thursday afternoons. That was hard to say.
Jeez. How much tweeters does a tweeter
Professional
tweet?
podcast.
Run says, Leahloveschief says she's thinking of doing a name change. Can we get an exclusive on what the new name will be?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
No.
That
Well,
was great.
I was given the opportunity by Hassan to just get the OG Leah on Twitch. And I'm like,
Oh my
that is too
goodness.
good an opportunity to pass up.
That is
Wow.
really
That is
good.
amazing.
Did she?
Yeah, so
Got it?
That is amazing.
yeah, so I'm like, on the one hand, it's terrible for search engine results. On the other hand, I don't know. I think it's you don't really get opportunities like that often. So I have another name lined up for all my other social media accounts, which is related to a slight obsession I seem to have with squids. So I probably be revealing it tomorrow. I have already told my stream about it. But let's just say there's a character in the Destiny lore. I guess I should just tell you. It's probably just easier.
Yes.
Leah loves Cade.
No. So it's nothing like that. It's a character that you see quite a lot in many games lore, which is like what it drew it to me. But it's called the Leviathan, which is just like a big mythical sea creature, and it's awesome. And I figured if I put Leah in front of it, then Leviathan. I'm like, but you
That's
can just
cool.
pronounce it Leviathan. But I thought it works really well with the branding. I've got all the squid thing, and not only that, but Leahloveschief. I can't make a logo. It doesn't work. It's like there's no image that just encompasses that name. So I just came up with something that would I could make imagery out of it and merchandise and things. So
you're gonna go with Leviathan.
Leviathan, yeah, I'm gonna go with
like
that. And it's just something.
Like it.
It shortens to
strong.
Leah. Yeah, it's nothing really changes apart
So
from.
so what is that? What is that tool that is used to call the Leviathan? It was a special weapon that was used to call the Leviathan. It was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Don't believe it had
it
a
did the-
name. It was
what
just
was it? Anyway, I'll remember. Was it
okay.
not a
It
name
was
or
a
was just?
flute.
It was a flute.
It wasn't a flute.
It was like a banging thing, right? That like the thumping and then
drum?
they called it was like a drum.
The Kraken was what.
Oh, am I thinking of a kraken?
Entirely different mythical creature. Come
Okay,
on.
what's the
that's very
difference between a kraken and a leviathan?
It's more of a sea. It's a beast, but it was compared more to like I don't know. It can be anything, but a kraken's more of a giant squid, whereas it's just a huge, knowledgeable sea beast. So
Leviathan has like ancient, like more ancient
Yeah.
type stuff put behind it, and also knowledge. It's the equivalent of a sphinx.
it's like it's reference. It came from Hebrew, as did the name Leah. So it kind of like works well. So yeah, and not only that, but I mean, it's referenced in Halo lore. One of the ships in the Fall of Reach was named after the Leviathan, and it's in Destiny lore, Mass Effect. It's fucking everywhere. It's great.
The Gravemind is also inspired after Leviathan.
So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's a sort of divisive one, and not everyone will like it, and I'm completely fine with that. So it's fine.
You just need to make a little anime thing of like your face going like ah, and then a bunch of squid tentacles going everywhere. There you go.
Oh god.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Congratulations on the whole thing, and good luck. That sounds like it's going to be a good branding.
Yeah.
Change.
Ultron Son of Oryx says, do you guys think they should have a separate stat for actual kills? I hate not knowing how many actual kills I got and assists.
That's what the ghost is for.
You'd be like, well, last night I had 52,269. If I just retract the kills that I got from, okay, I know how many kills I got.
We actually
Figured
used to
it
have to
out.
do. We had to do that in WoW. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to be able to hit the right button and go to a separate statistics page that breaks out all of the stats.
Yeah, I
That'd
would
be
look
nice.
more stats, the better. Then I can actually look at my performance. You know, I can
agree.
actually see how I did. How I did.
The
What's
post.
actually going to happen is when you get your copy of the game physically through the post, it comes with a small chalkboard and it's set next to you, and you have to tally off until you get every game.
Abacus.
Little abacus.
At the end of this, you just like message your opponent. You're like, "Hey, I got like 10 kills." They're like, "I counted 9." That's it.
That's great.
Yeah, I actually like that they're not counted in that initial splash screen because I think it makes the game feel more welcoming to everybody. But I would like to hit the right button and see them in the
which I think is
post-game report.
a fine thing to add in there.
Yeah. Dirk Just Durkin says, why is the community so frickin' awesome?
Ooh,
I don't actually
Because
know.
you.
because of you. Yeah, that's great.
I mean, that's true. It is
It's
because of.
obviously because everyone's on a sugar high from all the sugary promotion materials we're getting with Destiny.
Well, I mean, the first one was Taco Bell, which clearly set us up for a very positive.
True.
evening.
I think I'm sorry. Go ahead, Patrick.
I will say after like drinking all that Rockstar and eating all those Pop-Tarts yesterday, like I was just sitting here trying to edit stuff and my hands were just like,
Yeah, I bet. That's a lot of caffeine.
A little bit,
in
and
those
then-
rock stars.
Yeah.
and I was finally like, nope, can't do it. And just walked out my door and then just kept walking until I basically walked out of Woodinville and then walked backward and then walked back.
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
My theory about this is that a lot of it has to do with the way the game brings players together in a cooperative manner. Is that brings people who have these tendencies together into a community that works well together. I think that's why the Destiny community got off to such a strong start, and I think that's why it's stayed together and stayed positive, is because so many people are drawn to joining into a raid group or joining into a strike team with friends or with new people and working cooperatively to, achieve these huge goals. I think that's really brought the right kind of people together.
Yeah,
Right.
there's like a real thirst for knowledge as well in the Destiny community. It's awesome. Like you see it every time there's a new puzzle, everyone's like, "Whoa, better solve it straight away!" And I think that's really nice.
I think a lot of it is also in its failures. Early on, the game struggled, and I feel like those that weren't just in love with the game left. And so I feel like you got a kind of a separating of the wheat from the shaft kind of experience, where the shaft ended up going off and playing other games.
And then the balls remain, and we're the balls. Right?
No, it's not
I'm glad
that,
you did it.
That's
I was
not
like
the
formulating
metaphor.
it. I was glad it was you, though.
The wheat from the shaft, these are parts, the edible portion, the wheat, versus the shaft, which is not
You're
edible.
not helping.
Whatever.
You're making
I'm glad.
it so much worse.
It's not. It's an expression. Anyway, so I think that the edible part stayed.
It's all edible depending on how you cook it, Pope.
No, you cannot eat the shaft.
Huh? Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh, we're cooking.
I watched Gordon Ramsay prepare a bull's penis live on TV.
We're not
half the
talking
thing.
about penises here. We're talking about wheat.
Where has this gone wrong? I mean, we made it. What is this,
It's when
episode
we started
44?
the podcast.
It's been a good 43 episodes. 43 episodes were strong.
I stick to my metaphor. We are the wheat, not the shaft.
We are the balls, but it has so much more. We were the ballsy ones. We stuck in there. We stuck with the game because we're the balls. I
So
like
at least
that.
you know, no matter what happens, you're not the shaft. And that's the main
Yes,
thing.
either way, we are not the shaft. We are not getting the shaft. We are not the shaft. Whatever it is.
And like balls will go up and down too. So
You know
it's just
what?
like the
No,
community, like the
Next
community
question,
kind of goes
please.
up and like
like,
down
All
at
right,
a time.
Ben says,
But we
should we
stick
start
together.
Destiny 2 at level 40/400 light with current subclasses, then get knocked to level 1 with nothing after we lose light? What do you think that's going to happen? Or my suspicion is we're going to go to a celebration, then we're going to get called away from that celebration, and that's where the beta started. We're never actually going to play as a fully powered up Guardian at the beginning.
Yeah. I think the beta, like you having the new subclass right when you started, that's just the beta. That's just because of the beta. I think when you zone in for the first time, you're only going to have either Striker, Voidwalker, or Gunslinger. Those are the three those are the subclasses that you're going to have.
And Gary steals your light, right? Like at that cutscene, the thing's already on the
boots
Traveler.
on the Traveler.
Yeah, it's on the Traveler. He kicks you down, so I feel like you're gonna start your journey with nothing really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's setting up to like. It also gives people a taste of what it's like to be a full Guardian in the very beginning. So if they've never played Destiny, they get to see what it's like to use a super and all that. And then Gary kicks you off the edge. You get pissed off at him. You're like, oh, my stuff is gone. It's like the Metroid thing. Here's all your cool things, and now you have to go collect them again.
Yeah, and then the reveal itself, when I went to the reveal, we played some of the campaign and we played from a specific point. And then when the beta came out, I was like, whoa, this is starting way earlier than what we played at the reveal. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they just brought it all the way back and gave you a little bit more.
So the Traveler came to Earth, parked illegally, and Gaul and the Cabal are the bitch-ass parking meter maid.
Parking meter maid.
Yeah,
the driver
He's a meter
of
maid.
town.
In their
Gaul
Priuses.
is a meter maid in a Prius.
I want to see him in a maid outfit now.
He's not even in a Prius. He's on a fucking Segway.
He's a mall cop.
He's a mall cop.
And we want to see him in, what'd you say, Watts? You want to see him in a
maid outfit.
In a
if
maid
he's
outfit.
a meter maid.
By the way,
in a maid
I
outfit
have nothing
riding a
against mall
Segway.
cops or meter maids. Well, I'm just saying, in this particular
Maids
instance,
and maid cafe.
I do. They give me
Wear maid
tickets.
outfits.
you illegally parked.
They've grabbed our car.
I was
they've
just going
damaged it.
inside. I was just going inside for a few minutes.
That's called illegally parking.
Whatever.
They've damaged our car, so do we get a courtesy car? Do we get a courtesy traveler to see us along with a bit of light?
Yeah, I think we do actually.
Yeah.
You illegally parked. I'm sorry, I had to park at the parking office so I could go pay my fine and get the parking thing. And then they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna have to find you again." I'm right here so I could get the thing. It's
excuses.
It's a trap.
There's a trap.
It's the man.
There was street cleaning that day, and the Traveler forgot to move. Rip the dream, guys.
I didn't know it was the second Tuesday.
One time, I moved my car one time in L.A. across the street, threw in some money into one of the meters, came back, and I didn't realize that was the side that it was supposed to be street cleaning, and so I paid for a ticket, put money into a meter to get a ticket, which is incidentally was only one of 2 tickets I ever got in L.A. So,
Oh.
And they're expensive too.
Yeah.
At least here in my town, they're $60.
That's what it was in LA too. Yeah.
Tiger says, should old exotics... We already talked about this. Doughboy says, do you think a hardcore mode would be interesting in Destiny? No radar, lower health, no super.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be
PvP or
actually really
everything?
cool. PvP.
I mean, do you remember the first time you played Destiny and you went into like the darkness zone? I don't know about you guys, but I was just like, oh god, the darkness zone, this is going to be
What
so
is this?
intense and hard and difficult. And like I can imagine like a hardcore mode being what I thought was going to be the darkness zone. Like that could be quite cool. But if we're just speaking about PvP, that would be really cool too. Sort of. What about if you could team kill as well?
Oh man.
God, it'd be hell.
Well, I like the idea
would like that.
of like Team SWAT, where it's headshots only count,
Yes! Oh my god, yes.
That would be really cool.
Yes. I love that.
Native Axeman says, we know people will be able to preload Destiny 2 on the PS4 on the 3rd of September, but what about Xbox One users?
Probably the same.
Probably it's releasing at the same time on all consoles. So there you go.
Yeah, my guess is they just haven't released it. I haven't
Also,
heard
I haven't
anything out
even
of
heard
Xbox,
it.
but
Xbox never has a problem with their servers when it comes to downloads. You'll be able to like buy a key, download that thing within the hour and play it. Unlike
you probably download it in 15 minutes if your internet connection is good enough.
unlike
servers
PlayStation where it's like from the 90s and
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
It's so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even.
bad. I don't know.
No, the '90s is like giving it too much credit.
Yeah.
This is the birth of the internet. There's somebody at PlayStation Store that's running the punch cards and running over to the server to translate that punch card into
Yes.
the computer terminal.
Some ancient
I
IBM
envision
mainframe.
like this room in like the bowels of the PlayStation home office that's just racks and racks of US Robotics 56K modems.
No, we got a
Like,
request.
You actually hear the dial-up.
Yeah.
I wonder if PlayStation actually uses like PS3s to make a supercomputer cluster, because that was one of the things that like U.S. military did. They bought a ton of PlayStation 3s to use them basically as supercomputers. I wonder if Sony did that themselves to run their servers like on PS3s because they were so efficient at it.
Maybe.
They
All
probably
I know
did.
is now they're upping my price. They better up them servers.
Did they up?
Yeah,
Did they up North America?
They did a while ago.
Yeah.
They did, and then they're doing it again.
Recently,
So
I
here's-
thought it was only like Europe or.
Here's the problem.
That PC
I
version of Destiny 2 is looking better and better every day, huh?
Yeah, I gave them a little bit of leeway when they were new to the whole pay for this network thing, and it's like you pay to cross a bridge, and you hope that money that you're paying to cross the bridge helps to maintain that bridge, right? Well, you know what? They keep promising us that we're going to be able to change our gamer tags, right? They keep promising. How long did that take to happen? I mean, some basic quality of
You
life.
You still can't on PlayStation.
I know, but I mean, they've announced that they're going to, right? Did they?
Yeah.
They
said
said nothing official.
They've said
the
they're
next
looking at
patch,
it. I don't
right?
think they've ever said they're
Oh.
doing it.
Yeah, they've
Maybe
always
it was
said
like-
like they're like they know that this is requested and it might happen sometime in the future. But for now,
Well,
you
here's-
can finally go offline. And by the way, it's
Here's
2017.
Here's my problem. It's like all the PC gamers that were playing Destiny 1 and just looking at it and laughing about the quality of life things that didn't happen in Destiny 1. It's that same way that Xbox players, when we transferred over, I played 10 years on Xbox, went to PlayStation. I'm like, what the shit is this? This isn't a system that I'm going to pay money for, but Destiny was on it. And that's the only choice I had. And they need to get their ass in gear, because it's not going to take very much for me to just go play somewhere else. Because I feel like the infrastructure sucks.
It does.
It'd be a really great feature to put in the party system. Some sort of volume control. Because when someone comes in and they have a really loud mic, and you're like, "Hey man, your mic's loud," and they're like, "No, it's not." It's like, I'm the one listening to it. It's loud, and
you get that mic free with a BlackBerry.
Yeah, and they just have it down their throat basically, and then you instruct them to go, "Hey, here's how to change it," and then they say, "Oh, it's as low as it goes." It's like, "All right, dude, fine." So then you have to mute them, and then finally, like 2 weeks later, they come back and it's fine. They're like, "Oh yeah, I had to change it."
Or the people that play with their earbuds connected to their controller.
Oh yeah, and it has that.
It goes.
You know, it works with a PlayStation.
Oh.
So a
Blue.
little public service announcement. If you're getting that squeal with the earbuds, it's because you're using Apple earbuds, and the grounding is
Yes.
different.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if you
yes.
don't want the squeal, you got to make sure you use Android or any Android phone
A
essentially.
blue microphone.
Or you can use a blue
Blue
microphone
Yeti.
plugged in. You could do that as well. But if you have headphones from your Samsung Galaxy Blast 420, whatever the hell it is, then you could plug that into your controller and it won't give the squeal. If you're using Apple headphones, it'll squeal.
You know
Also,
what's
if you
stupid? The official PlayStation headset. The microphone is in the ears.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it
Why?
sounds like you're talking. It sounds like you're talking through a fishbowl.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
awful.
I
got a
do try to
buddy
do a
who's
raid of
got
people
one.
with
It
these.
sounds terrible. I'm like, where? Like, it's
Yeah.
And
I
when
just
people adjust the volume, you hear.
Makes me angry.
And they haven't come out with an elite controller or any set of quality controllers. Their controllers still suck ass. I mean, they have games. They have games.
They have the games.
They're really
They
lucky
have-
they got good
They spend
games.
all their money on securing the games and not enough on their infrastructure and R&D. How about that?
But it worked.
But it worked. It worked.
People
We bought their
still
crap.
buy it.
Well,
We're still going to be
And
waiting. We're still going to be putting our PlayStation to sleep mode, praying that it actually downloads faster. Being like, I heard this works. I hope
I
it
heard
does.
you don't look at
It
it
does.
and you like buy it a drink after. Like,
Yeah.
Honey, I told you not to watch Netflix. I'm downloading something.
One quick pro tip for those that are using a Blue Yeti as a microphone, because a lot of people have started doing that because you guys are awesome and have been like buying the Blue Yetis because we've been promoting it. If you choose to do that, put the gain on the lowest setting and put it far away from you. If you ever hearing the controller clack around, I'm hearing you breathing and everything else, you have it turned up too high. You don't need it right next to you. It's a very sensitive microphone. It's great. Just set it far away. At least mine is a full arm's length away.
Yeah.
And lowest gain setting. And it's fine. Just do that.
Yes.
Pro tips.
Agree.
All right.
Also, this Blue Snowball works too. It's a
Yep.
little cheaper if you're looking.
Yeah.
Blue
Blue
Snowball's
Snowball.
nice. It's also dynamic.
Really well.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit better actually than the Yeti.
Andy Martinez says you can play in the objective in Destiny. Hold on. How can playing the objective in Destiny 2 PvP become more fun and engaging? I'm having a blast playing the objective in Splatoon 2.
I have not played Splatoon, so I can't
Reward-
compare.
Reward that playstyle. You got to have rewards.
Get super energy
Yes.
from capping points.
Super energy
Yes.
from
Instead of
shielding
super,
your teammates.
I like if you're capping a point, maybe it helps out your ability recharge time on the point for playing
I mean,
that
on-
specific game mode.
in Splatoon, the only way to win is to play the
Is
objective.
to play the objective.
Yeah, you have to play. You literally cannot do anything except play the objective. So, and not only that, but you can't teabag in Splatoon. So that's
Not buying it.
just
Yeah,
saying.
that's a deal breaker for me.
We will
I
find a way.
think
Yep.
tomorrow, Patrick, we're just going to teabag everybody. I think that's what we're going to do. As a celebration of the final trials of Osiris, we're just going to teabag everything.
Celebratory bags.
Yes.
They're celebratory crouching. That's what it was
Everybody
Yeah,
get
yeah.
respect Niels.
Yes.
called. Respect.
Yes.
And then with
nails.
shade stepping.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to say bye to everybody. You know, it's been fun. Trials has been great. Thanks. You know?
Definitely
Yeah.
shoot their ghost at the same time if you can.
And melee
Yes.
it.
And May.
And melee it.
Yes.
Shoot,
Yes.
melee, squat, shoot, melee, squat, shoot, melee, squat.
Yeah, there you go.
Full respect.
There you go. That's it.
Full
That's
respect.
How
Yeah.
I know.
You might want to turn your messages to only friends. Just saying.
And if you play against a streamer, don't forget to go into their chat and say, "GG, just played you, big fan." That's
Yeah.
always a
Yes.
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 It just shows
Sorry
respect.
about the bags. Big
Yeah.
Talking about the bags. I was nervous. I'm a big fan.
Sorry about the bags. I was.
No, they just
That'd be the
like-
greatest nervous tick in history of man. Every time you get nervous, you just start teabagging.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Yep.
It's
That's
just
me.
something I do.
I had a Chihuahua like
It's
that.
compulsion.
Man. Every time you got nervous, it would run up and hump your leg, you know, and you're like, "God."
Coda Bear says, "How big do you think the DLC content will be? Rise of Iron, House of Wolves, or in between the two? And do you think they'll each have a new raid?"
I want them to exponentially get bigger.
Punctuation, people. Come on. Help me out here.
Punctuation. Briar's got to read these live.
Punctuation.
I want the DLCs to exponentially get bigger and bigger until like the fourth one is like 4 times the size of D2.
I want it to be so big, you just fit it on your hard drive. It's just
You have to buy a new hard drive.
Yes, it has. You have to buy a physical copy. It's impossible to download. It has to be on a separate hard drive.
Destiny, the next
across like 4 discs, like the good old days.
Oh yeah.
the next purchase to buy a digital copy of Destiny, you actually have to buy a new hard drive for your PlayStation. It's like a 2 terabyte hard drive that they send.
Themed.
No, you got to buy a whole nother PlayStation 4 because one PlayStation 4 can't handle all the Destiny 2.
You have to tether them together.
That's right.
It's for that 60 FPS update.
And for the third expansion, they're just going to drop PlayStation 4 support altogether. You're going to have to go to PlayStation 5.
Right.
Cool.
Deal.
Yeah.
Right, mid-year, like just.
And that's also when they implement the new type of design thing for how they're doing the bosses. So the boss that is in the first one isn't gonna you're not gonna kill him until the very last expansion too. So the only way to kill him
New hardware.
buy new hardware.
Excellent. Love it.
Yes, love it.
Perfect.
There you go.
I'm down.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I
Run
expect.
it. Carlos Montes del Oca says, any advice on a reliable but somewhat affordable laptop for college? Would greatly appreciate the help. Thanks. Love the podcast.
I got a suggestion for you. If it's for college and you're going to be doing majority of it's going to be productivity software, the best way, especially in college, is to go free and pick up a Chromebook. You know, there's some really low price Chromebooks under $200, under $300, and all the services are free. And
Tefty, can I play Destiny 2 on a Chromebook?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. He said for college, so
I'm pretty sure he's thinking about in the middle of a paper getting a quick drop.
I played WoW in class. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I actually don't know the brands very well to give like a good, relatively budget conscious one. Obviously, like the MSI, like the MSI, Asus, all those brands are great. But really, you need to be looking at specs. If you get something with a GTX 1060 or equivalent of that power, then it's going to be able to run Destiny 2 at like a decent frame rate and decent looks and all that. And your processor, whether it's Ryzen or i5s, i7s, I don't even know if Ryzen makes laptop chips yet. They may or may not. If it's in that area, you're going to be good to go. Just don't expect it to do 1440 at 144 FPS.
Just hear me out here.
Let's have it.
Get the Chromebook for, traveling back and forth to class and bring it to the library and put a desktop in the dorm room.
But then you can't play Destiny 2 or WoW in class.
You make a good point.
Play
You make a
Hearthstone,
good point.
Or on campus.
You could. You could also play Minecraft, probably.
Ooh, or you could do what I did and bring around a portable hard drive that has both Windows and Mac formats on it, and then plug it into whatever computer you happen to be using, and then you can play WoW off that.
You just boot off of the thumb.
I had a really nice hard drive that would just plug into the FireWire.
So I know what the question was asking, but here's the real advice: if you're at college, focus on school. Actually get a productivity,
I am ignoring Pope,
laptop.
blah, 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 blah.
The real problem...
Man, I have never disagreed with Pope more in my entire life.
Just start playing video games online. You'll be fine.
I started playing too much in college of Halo.
And you're on a podcast. Look at this.
And it
you turned out great.
literally almost cost me my college degree. I was playing way too much.
Being the key word here.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
I don't see the problem here.
Master Chief in the end pulled you through.
You know what? I'm telling you, I hear what you're saying, but Monday through Friday should be nothing but college.
Listen, Pope.
What? That's crazy talk.
Get degrees.
Yep, right here.
And there's no way you're not going to be gaming Monday through Friday. Come on.
You got to play a little
That's
bit,
what I'm
like
saying,
an
man.
hour.
I'm giving advice based on my life experience. I played way too much, and I realized that I could have gotten a lot more out of college.
Okay, based on my life experience, what you should do is go buy the Razer Blade Stealth laptop. Like, it's the top of the line one. It's probably like $3,200. I don't actually know how much it is.
They're expensive.
And you're gonna be able to play it at like 1440p. It'll play games. It'll be sick. You can
hook
probably
that up to like a 1440 monitor, play externally,
and you can still do all your word processing on it.
Yeah, if you got time.
Boom.
I'm just saying.
Everybody in chat wants me to mute myself. All right, I'm out of this conversation. Apparently, nobody wants to listen to their dad when they're talking about
that
video
was
games.
solid dad advice that I would ignore immediately.
I also would advise you to take the money that you would have spent on a gaming rig, put it into an investment, and be happy.
Oh God.
Did.
What?
An investment like a stream setup?
Yeah.
So they can play
an
games all the
investment
time.
is in like.
Yeah.
I get it out of the park all night, Watts.
No.
My happiness is an investment, and I am happy when I have fucking 144 frames per second on a 4K monitor.
Mm-hmm.
If I had put,
you know who lives longer in the world? Happy people. Prove it.
If I got into college and put $100 in my savings account per month, man, how nice my 401k would look right now.
And if you took it all out, how nice would your computer be right now? Spend all that money on a computer. Oh my God.
Oh man.
RGB lighting out the yin yang.
Yeah.
I wish I had $100 per month when I was in college to put into an investment.
I seriously didn't have $100 per month at all. Like,
well, I was waiting tables. I would work all night. I was doing all
the
right.
same thing, but it was directly back to the college. It never actually passed go. It just went from.
It just kept going around.
Yeah, I had a pretty good deal, but I tend to spend it all on games and beer.
And look at you now.
Now you're talking.
Look at where you're at now.
Turned into a well-rounded.
You could have just given up the beer and got more video games.
Yeah. Also, your hardships that you experienced etched you into the person you are today.
Oh my God, you guys! If I had been there, if I could go back in time and smack the shit out of myself when I was in college, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I'd go back and properly educate myself how to play WoW. I'm like, look, you're playing a prot warrior entirely wrong here. Your rogue is just not spec'd right. You need way more hit. Nah, that's what
I want to talk to you about this YouTube thing, because this is gonna be huge, and I can tell you all about the next expansion.
And start doing it now. Do it now. Be the first YouTuber ever.
I can tell you about everything that's gonna hit in the next 10 years. We'll do the little Biff Sports Illustrated Bible thing, Biff. Oh, it'll be great.
It's all good, guys. You go and waste those opportunities.
You gave good advice, Pope. You gave solid grown-up advice.
Yeah.
That children will ignore. But it was good advice.
It was good advice.
I feel like this is a good follow-up question. Ignazi says, how do you spoil yourself when you get a little extra money and or time?
Magic cards. Lots of magic cards.
That makes me sad.
I what do I do to spoil myself? I do something fun with my family, like a trip.
There's no such thing. I'm a father. There's no such thing as extra money. That's
I'm trying to picture that. Like,
and extra time is pretty rare, but when I do get it, I like to spend it with friends or family, like going out to eat or going like doing something fun.
A really good restaurant is a good one.
Oh yeah, that is good. Yeah.
I think
just like, let's just go somewhere where we don't care about how much you spend. Just order whatever you want. You know, if you have like food for a week left over, who cares? Just order anything you want. That's kind of a fun thing to do. Just letting yourself go with like, I don't have to worry about this.
Yep. I think I'm in the same boat. Like, a great restaurant, delicious food. Like, I'm down to do that. But truth be told, like, I don't really, I save a lot of money because you never know when, as a content creator, you're gonna have to weather a storm.
Yeah,
you know. So, ironically, we're laughing at Pope's advice, but I actually take that advice. I actually like do that advice today as an adult because, again, like, you just don't know when suddenly like Twitch just goes out of business, or like how YouTube can just be crazy with the ad revenue and all that. So you got to be prepared to possibly weather a few months if things.
Or
go
when
south.
all of a sudden you have like this wildly expensive expenditure that you have to, like your water heater blows in your house, and
like a
I
car.
just need to spend $5,000 today.
Exactly. Or in Holtz's experience, he has to buy all these expensive magic cards because apparently,
a transmute artifact or a mother rune's really nice. But like Ugin Spear Dragon, he's up to like $50 right now. Transmute's like another $75.
Can you pay rent with a $50 magic card?
Oh, dude! Look, like the scroll rack. That is a commander's. That is a commander's arsenal scroll rack. Okay, that is the shine on that thing is glorious.
Oh. I like to spend money on experiences. I think I'd rather spend the money on experience than an item most of the time. So like, I spent a lot of money on a massage when I went to E3 because I was like, I've never had a massage before.
That's a good time to do it.
You've never had a massage?
Oh yeah. I hadn't.
What kind did you get?
Like full body 70-minute massage. I went all out. Deep tissue.
What type? Oh, deep tissue.
Yeah, I think it was just a standard Swedish deep tissue.
Well, Swedish is well. There's lots of different types, but I use there's the light aromatherapy.
Again on Skype.
Like Magic the Gathering cards for you guys. Now I know how you guys feel.
So I spent 7 years of my life racing bikes professionally, and one of the things that you needed to do was get massages, and we got massages often, a lot of deep tissue stuff. So yeah, it's something that I've spent most of I used to get them once or twice a week.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Hope knows what's up.
She did this weird thing where it was also a hot wax foot massage as well. She it put this like bag of hot wax like on my foot, and I was like, it was so hot and squishy, and it was weird, and I was like, what is happening? I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on here. Woman, you're burning my foot.
It's to loosen there's a lot of muscles that are inside the foot, a lot of little small balance muscles, and once they're placed under warm heat, you can actually get in there and massage the ligaments. It's really great.
You know, I know is on my back where she just kept going over.
She's like, you have problems. You just fix it. The only problem with Mia massages though is when I have only had one professional one, and that was very recently. And I was laying there, and every so often I think, is he gonna murder me? Because I can't see him.
That's
Where
not
is
relaxing.
he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and then the music, I was like, this sounds like I'm in a spooky castle, and I'm about to fight a boss. I think I'm gonna die.
Music.
He's just playing the Leahbolt thing from Dark Souls.
I was thinking about some
see.
I
don't know what they're planning on doing over there.
So here's what you need to do, Watts. I bought one of those professional massage tables.
Okay.
And my wife and I trade off.
Yes.
So it's so you lay down and you get the chairs are amazing. They put you in the right position, and then you just trade off massages.
And
that is a good idea. Yes.
What? You could just get your cats to walk on your back and stuff.
That does feel amazing when they do that, but it doesn't happen very often.
It's also great as with a couple, like it's a great way to connect. But anyway, never mind.
Yeah, okay.
I'll stop.
That's how babies are made. That's cool.
Yes, that is.
I will say, not massage. Sorry to change the subject from massages, but as a YouTuber and content creator, it is nice every once in a while to like upgrade your setup in some way that makes your life easier, or like really upgrades the quality of either the stream or the YouTube experience. That is fun, and
manage your cables.
That's not fun.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when you buy just that new piece of equipment, it refreshes your like stream energy for a week or so. You're like, oh, yay! I got it.
Yeah, it kind of amps you up to get back to it. Yeah.
And that's when you get £1,000
I need to get a new chair, to be honest with you, because this wooden one that Patrick makes me sit in, I feel like I'm in like,
I feel like that chair is part of the podcast now. I'd miss it.
You fell off that chair, Pope.
Look at this thing. I have to, I'm not kidding you guys. I have to put a pillow on the bottom, fold it up so I can sit down. And it hurts. It hurts so
you guys,
bad.
This is why you save and only focus on college. Pope can't afford a chair, guys. If he would have been saving and not playing video games Monday through Friday, he would have been able to afford a chair. That's better.
I could go out and buy a really expensive chair, but I prefer to save the money. And,
sensible.
Yeah.
Your baby needs a chair more than you.
Yes, I have a baby coming soon.
Yes.
Babies doesn't. Yeah, but the baby doesn't need an office chair.
Maybe they do.
What the baby needs
How's
is
the
a
baby going to reach the keyboard without an efficient office chair?
Are we
I
going to
gotta-
raise this baby in the master race, or aren't we?
You are
I got a
absolutely
brand
right.
new.
Wow.
I got a brand new Subaru Outback for my wife, and so
Good car.
for her to drive around with the baby, and that's where I put my money.
That's
Safe
good.
car for her.
And that does have seats in it. You can just take a seat out of that and use that as your office chair.
There you go.
Baby's not going to use it. It has its own seat that you already bought.
Yeah.
It's way better than the racer seats. Is to actually have a car seat.
Are those any good? Are you guys sponsored by them? Who's sponsored by a chair?
I'm not.
All right, so you two can't talk. Whoever
I'm
are
not.
any of them actually worth it?
Okay. What?
This has been worth it for me, 100%. Because I have the lower back problems from me putting my body through awful martial arts and stuff. So this chair is the only chair that I've had. I'm sure the other like versions of, DX Racer chairs do the same thing or similar things. But this I don't have back problems with. Whereas before I was sitting in just like a regular office chair and I would constantly get back pain.
Yep. Normal office chair was having back problems. I have a Secret Labs Omega Stealth now, and no back problems. It's specifically designed to be sat in for like very, very long gaming sessions. So the foam is a little bit harder. Takes a bit more time for it to kind of break in, but it's at the perfect stage now where I sit in, I'm comfortable, and it perfectly supports my back. The one thing I don't like about DX Racers is that they go up and kind of curve like this a little bit. So if you get one that's slightly too short for you, feels like you can't lean your head all the way back.
You got to have the right size.
Yeah, you have to size it right. The Secret Labs ones, the backs are basically all flat all the way up, and then you have a pillow.
The theory of the whole thing is sound, right? I mean, it seems like kind of like a almost gamer exploitive idea, but if you think about it, like car seats are actually probably the best seat you sit in all day.
Yeah.
Right?
My Subaru seats are so nice, man.
Right?
They are
Do you really need
crazy
two of them?
comfortable.
Come on, just take one out, put it in
You
the
don't need a
office.
passenger seat.
Leviathan. What do you? What seat are you? What seat are you using? She doesn't even respond to it yet.
Leah.
Oh, sorry.
Leah.
Slightly distracted. It's 4 a.m. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. It's 4 a.m.
No. I was just trying your new name and seeing if you responded to it, and you didn't.
I was thinking about chairs.
Yeah. So what chair do you have?
I just got this Noble chair. But I find most of the chairs quite generic. Like they're all pretty much the same shape, aren't they? Like racing chairs. The thing I like about this one particularly is it feels deep and wide. Compared to every other gaming chair I've tried, this one's deeper and wider. And I'm weird, and I like sitting on my chair like fully cross-legged with my legs up and stuff. And I can
do as well.
It's
Yeah.
great. So yeah, this is like probably the most comfortable chair I've ever had, which definitely not sponsored.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe the podcast will buy me one.
No.
Okay.
Johnny says 3440 by 1440 at 100 hertz, 21 by 9, or 4K 3840 by 2160 at 60 hertz.
Numbers, sir.
So
Yeah.
is he saying 4K at 60 or 1440
Yeah, he's
at
basically
140?
saying 21 by 9 at 100 hertz or 4K at 60 hertz.
I personally, higher frames are better.
More frames.
Yeah.
More
More
frames.
Frames. That's why you're playing on the PC.
Yeah.
If you want a 4K monitor, just wait till next year. It's not time to buy a 4K monitor right now.
Yeah. Yep.
True.
They're going to be much better next year. Lux Regalia says, would you rather have to play Destiny 2 on a console with keyboard and mouse or on a PC with a controller?
Console with keyboard
Yeah.
and mouse, I would say.
Oh yeah.
You seen Lupo? He can actually compete.
You
Put
would
a
have such an
controller.
advantage.
Yeah, no, it would.
Crazy.
Controller on PC, we would not do well in PvP.
Oh, this is like only you have this problem though, and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
PC on console, or the keyboard on console.
Boy, I don't
because-
know. The frames, like, it's nice.
He's all about frames.
Well,
It
then
is,
you
but
better
that's
enjoy
nice.
your time in PvE, Sir Tefty,
I
with your
mean,
frames. You're gonna suck in PvP.
It's
I don't know.
The
Just
experience
because you have a
is so
keyboard and
nice.
mouse doesn't mean you can't be beat by a guy with a controller.
Yeah,
who's better
exactly.
than you.
Well, I guess you could just stay in the
It's-
low,
It's
low
an
elo
advantage,
that
but
we're
it's not
tracking.
the
with our
only
ghost.
factor.
You guys hear about the guy, like one of the top Lucio players who plays with the controller on Overwatch on PC?
No.
Yes, that's very real.
That is cool.
It's thank you.
Yeah. Is this thing?
What's that?
Yeah, I think it is Stinky, yeah. Like, because basically everyone called him out, like, oh, but you're only so good because everyone sucks on console. And then he was like, all right, sure, I'll play on PC then. Just got to Grandmasters. Everyone's like,
Yeah,
oh,
Grandmaster's using the controller as Lucio.
I love it.
That's good for him.
Yeah, you can be good with the controller and go up against people, but the higher you climb the SBMM, then those people on keyboard and mouse are definitely going to edge you out if it's like pure aiming issues. So, but for
I will be
me,
playing with a controller on the PC plenty of Destiny 2. Like, if I want to stream some PvP and I'm grinding strikes or something, I'm going to lean back in my chair with my feet up,
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
playing on a
perfect for
controller.
that.
You know?
Yeah.
If anything, it's even better because a lot of people watch PC gameplay and they can get a little more motion sick because of the quick
fast
turning.
twitching
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
So that's even better if you're playing on PC and then you're using a controller for PvE stuff. That's gonna make it to where everyone can watch you without throwing up.
Yeah, that was the thing actually. I switched to almost exclusively playing PC games, and suddenly you're like really static. You have to stay in this one place with your keyboard and mouse, and whereas like your controller, you're everywhere. It's really hard to get used to actually at first.
I was playing Hellblade today, and it's got controller port, so it was nice. I was playing on my PC with a nice frame rate, but I was also leaning back,
Chilling.
yeah,
Yeah.
chilling with the controller.
that Hellblade though, god damn.
Oh God, it's so good.
I'm gonna play it next week.
Andrew Puhax says opinions on the potential. We already talked about Destiny 2 rollout. Gavin Zimmerman says I want to change the look of my character for Destiny 2. Do I wait and see if Bungie adds a alter character button or delete it now and start over?
What's the harm in waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you can
I
still
would definitely
delete
say
it.
wait.
Yeah,
I
and
also
I can
wonder-
only imagine there'll be more character options.
I would hope so.
I wonder if haven't they said that you won't be able to alter your character's look? in
Yeah, I
Destiny
thought they
2?
said it was going to be.
Oh, I think they did say that actually.
Yeah.
Right, but you'll
Yeah.
get you'll be if he's gonna start a new character,
Yeah, do it
you
when
might
Destiny
as
2
well
comes out.
start it in Destiny 2 where
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
will be more.
I wonder if
options.
there will be a fork at some point too, if your Destiny 2 character becomes disconnected from your Destiny 1 character,
Yeah.
so that you could potentially delete your Destiny 2 character but keep your Destiny 1 character.
But what if all of the character customization options are exactly the same as Destiny 1?
Oh,
So you just delete your
no.
character, remake
I
it.
hope not.
Oh,
I hope
I'd
not.
be crying to be honest. I'm so upset.
How is that? Don't please that you just like I just got a sickening feeling in my stomach that it's going to be the same character creation.
Yeah, because it was
It
bad.
shouldn't be. No, it was
Yeah.
so limited. It was super limited.
Like the face shapes and everything. I was like, they all look the same. All the faces look exactly the same. It was like 3 hairstyles. I'm like, come on, really? I mean,
It's funny.
then again, it could go the wrong way,
It's-
like Mass Effect Andromeda style. Where
Yeah.
it just looks really weird.
It's funny thinking back when we first played the beta and you could make a character and all that in Destiny 1. Like that felt pretty amazing, honestly. Seeing those characters, the way they had the
It was
present them.
gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
It was limited, but it was still like, wow, these are some high visuals. Now you fast forward to now, it's like, okay. This feels very 2014.
He says, when is the Mama Watts versus Mama Crafty tournament showdown?
You know, that would be amazing. I would love to see that be a thing.
Who do you
I should
think's gonna
talk to
take it?
Crafty. I don't know. My mom can move around the map pretty well.
Yeah.
They're both warlocks, you know. They've both been learning
Ooh.
warlocks. So it's just going to be a slap fest to the death, I think.
You could do a charity showdown.
Slap to the
I'd pay.
That would
money
be
for
amazing.
charity,
Yeah,
but-
that would
That'd
be
be a
really
good idea.
I'll contact Crafty. It'll be like, your mom, my mom.
Your mom versus
Mom
my
throw down.
My mom's going to beat
Can
up
you-
your mom.
mom.
His mum like a threatening video, like 1v1 me, kid. I really.
There should definitely be some text message threads back and forth that
Yeah.
have been screenshot and like shared on social media.
Oh, there we go. That's how you do
Yeah.
it. That's how you make viral fights.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be
Yes.
good.
Church5SIX1 says, if you could only watch one movie franchise for the rest of your life, which one would it be and why?
Disney, because Disney.
Is that a franchise?
Is that a franchise?
I'm
No,
thinking
that's a
like
company.
Bond movies or Star Wars.
Like a series.
Yeah, like a movie franchise. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be really generic and just say Harry Potter, and I'm definitely not wearing Harry Potter t-shirt right now. Really generic British choice of Harry Potter. I love them. They're just really good.
Does porn count?
Porn?
Yes.
Yeah, does porn count?
You'd have to go with a porn franchise. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
you
you
would.
a franchise,
You
then
would.
Yeah, like Fake Taxi or something.
it's not a franchise.
Yeah.
It's a website.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. Okay, that was Patrick's choice. What?
I didn't choose one though.
Oh, okay. Debbie does Des Moines, Iowa.
I got nothing. I'm just putting the other question out there. Does porn count?
Does like Marvel count?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll go with Marvel.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Sure. How's Marvel different than Disney?
Because it's a franchise.
Not.
It is a franchise.
Disney's a company.
Would
It's
you
not a
ha-
franchise.
Marvel's a company.
Yeah, but Marvel has
Thor
a film
is a
franchise.
franchise.
Right?
You know, Hulk is a franchise.
All right, this-
Iron Man is a
I think she's referring to the superhero movies that
She's
are coming out
she's
right
talking about the
Yes.
Avengers.
now. Marvel.
Avengers.
The
series.
Avengers.
Thank
But
you, I
all
can
of the
accept that.
Avengers is
Sure. The
not
Avengers.
The
just
Avenger
the Avengers
universe.
movie.
Fine.
Yes.
Avengers.
Yes.
I'll take
Fine.
Star Wars because why not? It's great.
I like Star Wars, even though the lows are pretty low and there's not that many movies. It's still active and there's movies coming out.
Yeah.
Lows are pretty low. That is
The lows are really low,
Star Wars.
but the
Christmas
highs
special.
are pretty high. Like, I
I know-
really liked Rogue One. I thought it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this series is sort of dead, but it's one of my favorites. The Indiana Jones series. Really love
Yeah.
Those are
Love
fun.
those series.
Lows are low there too, but the
Yeah,
highs
they
are
are.
high.
There's a couple ones
That
that were
Crystal Skull movie was so fucking
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
like Raiders of the Lost Ark was a high.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
JB23 says, does anybody else have any answer for that? Did we get everybody?
I mean, I'm still trying to figure
Porn.
out.
Patrick, you're on
All right.
point.
Patrick's
I'm not
joke
joking.
was-
Patrick's
Porn.
porn
Joke is
franchise is pretty
This is a
divided.
very deep question. I'm not even putting porn in the
We're starting.
in there.
We're starting to
No, I think
typecast a
he's-
certain
he's-
type of player that Patrick represents. He
Oh.
leads. He likes Pop Tarts. He likes
Whoa.
energy
Magic.
drinks.
Wow.
He likes
Yeah,
magic, WoW, and porn.
Okay, you got 3 out of the 4 there. Pop Tarts,
Let's guess which one.
Okay.
kind of ambivalent. I tolerate
Mountain
them.
Dew?
JB23 says, what has been your favorite cutscene or trailer for Destiny since it's been out? Mine was the Zavala trailer that showed his past. That was a good
That
trailer.
was
Good.
amazing.
That was amazing.
Cade trailer.
That was a good one
last,
too.
Last call.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think
That was
I think I'd go with the Zavala one too, actually, because we actually got like a good peek into who this person is, where he came from, which we
Yeah.
haven't really had before. So
It was
Yeah,
cool to
that's-
think about it like a new Guardian too, right? Like kind of figuring out, oh, I can't die.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like kind of, that was cool. I got to go with the Zavala one too, I think.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
really like that Cade one though. And I like Cade as a character much more than
Yeah.
Zavala. But that trailer was just really cool.
The same. The Zavala was just it was incredible, especially when his
I
eyes
think I'd
woke
go
up.
with the classic, Eris Cade, get your rock off my map cutscene. Because that was I think that was the first time we saw them all together as cutscene NPCs, and I was just like, oh my god, this can happen. That was kind of a pivotal moment for me where I was like, they can do this in Destiny. Yes. So
You mean this can't happen like you were shipping those 2 characers, or
no, just that they could build a narrative
Oh,
like
okay.
that based around a long cutscene. I was like, this is all I've wanted in Destiny. Yes. So, and it was classic.
Cade and Eris.
I had the same
Yeah.
reaction when I was shipping the characters. Yep.
yeah.
I want to say the Zavala one for me, especially because it opened up my eyes to what I feel like their direction is for storytelling in Destiny 2, and it made me extremely helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dirty Socks Music says, "What's your favorite Star Wars movie?"
What's the one with Jar Jar Binks? That's got to be my favorite. I really liked that it was like, stereotypical, whatever, all the stuff that his quirky lines.
Obvious troll is obvious.
The Phantom Menace is great because it's just hilarious. Like, I love the young Anakin as a character. He's just incredible. And like, I was rewatching it like last month, and I was just like looking at the CGI. I was like, it's so terrible. I can't help but be entertained by how bad it is, and that's why I love it.
Absolutely.
God, that's a tough one for me. I mean,
Does anybody have an answer that doesn't make me cry inside?
You know what? The 2 out of 2 people have already said it. I'll join them. I'll say the very first one, Phantom Menace, because it also
Phantom Menace. Let's all go in on it.
It spawned the Weird Al Yankovic song. Yeah.
The fact that you called it the very first one makes me sad.
I know, right? The very first.
I knew it would.
This is an entire podcast troll. We got this.
I can't do that. I think.
Yes, you can, Tiffany.
No, I'm not doing.
Join the dog.
Shall we go with the
one?
Principles like that.
The one with the ships. The one with the ships, Stephanie.
What the one they had the swords are on, like they were light.
I like the
swords.
laser thing. Yeah.
Laser swords.
Laser swords.
Which episode was that?
What's the one that looks like the bunch of guys in there that look like Briar, but they're much smaller, and they kind of go through the forest.
Yub.
Now this is podcasting.
Yes.
All right. I honestly think that my new favorite, I would have said Empire Strikes Back for years and years, of course, because it was for years the best Star Wars movie. But right now, I think it's Rogue One. I really enjoyed that movie, and it brought a different look to Star Wars and a different feel to Star Wars. The movie wasn't perfect by any means, but I really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna go with Return of Jedi.
Really?
Yep.
The one with the Jedis.
There was a Jedi, and he returned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can say that the one with the Jedi, and that does actually exclude one now.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But my second favorite was Phantom Menace. Next question.
Yeah.
Podcast loves Phantom Menace. We're gonna let's actually get together and watch it with our fans.
God.
Just like stream it together.
Yes.
That would be great. Movie night, popcorn. Leah, you're welcome to join us. We're gonna watch
Phantom Menace. You guys ever put peanut butter on your waffles or pancakes?
Yeah,
of
actually
course.
have.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Butter on the waffle.
Peanut butter on what?
Peanut butter on waffles.
Oh, peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
I actually haven't. Yeah.
Calories.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I like to take a waffle and then fill the holes, the squares, with peanut butter, and then take jelly over the top.
That sounds incredible. Oh my God.
Does sound really good.
And then you take little banana slices and put them on top.
Oh, stop, please. It's 4 a.m. and I'm starving.
Well, it's going to get worse for you. Jacob Twibble says, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke.
Yeah.
Pepsi, because all you Phantom Menace loving motherfuckers are all wrong about everything.
Are we?
The Mohican 9 says, do you think that you've ever bought milk from the same cow twice?
Doesn't it all get like mixed together in a big vat? So yeah,
homogenized.
Probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I have. I know I have because I lived in Marin, and we in West Marin, and there's family-run dairies. You can go there and you pick up the cow. They label the milk jug as to what cow it comes from.
This one's from Susie, and this one's from Bessie. This one's
good stuff, man. If you haven't had unpasteurized, like fresh cow's milk,
do they charge per different cow? Because like this cow is
yes.
top
premium
cow.
Yes, there's some that are better qualities than others. You can get like no, but it's that part's not right. But you can't get very unpasteurized fresh cow's milk, and
this is virgin cow milk right here.
This here's the virgin cow's milk.
I don't think that works.
I don't
It
think that's
does
how that
work
works.
actually because they take them to get them. Never mind. We're not going to go into why dairy
Google
cows
is
are.
your answer.
Ask your parents.
Ask your parents.
Ramos Network says, at what age is it okay to tell my dog he's adopted?
All right, wait. We need to go back there. So the reason why is because the male dairy cows
Whoa,
are too big
okay,
and will
so-
crush the female the dairy cows. So,
Okay, so
anyway, go ahead.
Ramos Network says, at what age is it okay to tell my dog he's adopted?
Never.
Keep it like
17.
Santa.
Good time, man. It's never a good time.
Never a good time.
It needs to be like Santa. Just
Ever a good time?
Nope.
Never acknowledge it and just let them figure it out on their own.
You know what I do is I tack it on to the end of the conversation when he tells you he's gay. That way, it's like it's almost not the news of the day. You know, like it just
there you
slides
go.
right
Okay.
under that news.
You take that little puppy face when you tell it it's adopted, and it just goes.
I
want to do that.
I don't know. I don't know where to go with this
But then you
conversation.
can end it with, look, you may have a different father, but I'm your daddy.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. There you go.
This is weird. We need to keep moving.
That was a Guardians of the Galaxy reference, not.
I don't care. I don't care. We need to keep
Church
change.
5SIX1 says, hey, DCP, how do you guys decide, or how was it decided to be the podcast crew from Planet Destiny, as the Planet Destiny group was bigger than U5?
Okay, so that one was basically I was on staff there at the time, and I was given the task of make content for the YouTube channel, and I basically said, okay, I'm going to make a podcast as well with a bunch of other stuff. And then Sir Wallen was the only person at the time who had said, oh yeah, I'll be on a podcast if you do one. So then I got Sir Wallen on, and then we put out.
I remember that differently. I remember there being a conversation about a Patreon, and we talked about doing a podcast for a Patreon.
Okay, well, whatever the thing happened, I made a podcast.
Was there fresh milk?
No,
Was it from Susie?
Yeah.
It was
Susie
not.
or Esther?
It was-
I need to know.
It was not. And I had Sir Wallen on, and then we brought Briar and Tefty on, like the next episode, and then Ryan, the community manager at Planet Destiny, at the time, I think, I don't know if he still works there. I assume he does. He said, okay, we need to have more people on, even more people. And I'm like, okay, who do we want on? And then we just kept kind of adding people. And then
It was like a rotating door for like the first 10 episodes. It felt
yeah,
like.
but the first 10 episodes, we just had a ton of people keep coming on. And after that, I told Ryan, okay, stop, because I'm having to edit this and you're wanting me to have like 8 people on. Fuck that. So I said 6 is the maximum amount of people that we have. That doesn't include the guest. So then we brought it down because Pope had come on. We brought it down to Pope, Briar, Tefty, me, and then I think Sir Wallen was on for a part of the time, and then he had to stop doing it because of work. I think that was it.
So the shortened answer to this.
The short answer to this,
I want the long answer. Give me the
You want-
genesis. Give me chapter.
Every
me
step
the
by
juicy-
step,
Step by
until
step,
episode
blow by blow.
95 when we left. 98 when we left.
Give us the chronicles
then-
of episode 97.
and then once we got into like a set rotation, Pope was like, I met a girl and I kind of like her. I'm leaving. And I'm
we had
like,
to get
okay.
Watson here to fill
get-
that long, dark gap in our lives and our hearts.
How long was I gone?
You were gone for about 20 or 30 episodes, I believe.
Was it that long? I thought it was just like a summer.
It was okay. It was over a
Watts,
summer.
how long was I gone? You would remember.
I don't know.
I felt like it was a few months.
It was a while, and then
It was definitely a while.
It was
and
a
then
dark
Pope-
time in my life.
yeah, and then Pope was
In
like,
ours too, Pope.
"Hey, I want to be back on the podcast. Can I come back on?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care, whatever." And then I was like, "Oh crap! Now I have to edit more audio
That's not
every
what
single
you
week."
said, you
Um,
jackass.
Said you better
Whatever.
be hooking me up with that sweet milk that you be getting from Bessie. Because I need that
I'm giving-
unpasteurized good.
You said, Pope, oh my God, please come on. I can't believe I have to be left here with these guys. That's what you said.
Sure. And then like when I decided to leave, and then we all kind of decided to leave Planet Destiny around the time Rise of Iron came out to start working on our own things, and we all liked doing this, so we kept doing it. And that's the story of the podcast.
In a nutshell.
Yay.
Now we just need to have, Jez do a video of it.
Yep.
Next question.
Real Good Murph says, if Deej and Cosmo were hanging off a cliff and you could only save one,
Oh my god.
You could only save one?
you
Yes.
could only save one.
Well,
Deej
one's
and
a
Cosmo.
warlock and one's a hunter, so do I have an option to not save either one?
We could boil it down to that. That makes it very easy to decide.
Can I just sit there and watch them slip off and just go?
Deej, of course, would slip off slightly slower.
and glide down.
Slowly
But then-
glide to his death.
Couldn't he just self-res? So you just let Deej go because he just self-res.
Oh, there you go.
You
Nah,
nailed it.
that's
Oh,
Yep.
you found the
There it
way
is, right
out.
there.
Yep.
You found the way out.
Yeah.
Cosmo is a competent hunter too, so he just jump before he
You
gets
just
to the
jump
bottom.
up.
Go into
Sure.
Veo. Oh.
So we get Cosmo up and then let Deej die, and then he.
And what do you mean they're
himself.
hanging off a cliff? They
Then
implemented
watch
mantling.
self-res and watch him die again.
Cool.
Damn, dude.
They're both stuck on the notch boss. Who do you res? Yeah.
All right, that's it. We had
That's the one you chose.
questions. We're 20 minutes over.
That's the one you chose to end this on. God, all right.
was a good
Well,
I thought it was a good one. You guys dodged some questions.
Yep.
I think we went the gamut with the questions tonight. Briar, you outdid yourself, my friend. I'd like to encourage us to not have any questions relevant to where the answer could be pornography from Holtzmann next week.
That's impossible.
that's asking a lot.
All right.
I can turn anything into porn if I really want to.
Yeah, it's
Of
the
course you
rule
can.
something, whatever.
Rule 34.
34, there it is.
34.
I don't
All
even
right,
know the
thank
rule.
34. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the 45th episode of the Destiny Community Podcast. If you want to find more of me, I am at Holtzmann_YT, where you can find me talking about Pop-Tarts, Rockstar, and Magic the Gathering cards. Some sick stuff here, guys. Look at this folder. The tree binder's stacked.
All right. He's such a nerd.
Holtz, you're rubbing up really close to that Rule 34 on that card book, man.
Mhm. Yeah, that's.
Hold on. Let me see if I totally have some cards that are like.
All right. No,
I'm
this is
Briar
the
Rabbit.
outro.
You can find me on YouTube. Just look for Briar Rabbit. You can find me Twitch streaming at 1 p.m. Eastern every day. Look for Briar Rabbit there, or find me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. Catch my streams, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And YouTube stuff on Tefty Teft as well.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Miss 5000 Watts.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm Leahloveschief, and you'll find me usually many hours earlier on Twitch and Twitter under the same name for one more day.
By the time
And then-
this airs,
They should look for.
probably twitch.tv/Leah. Just all one word. Leah.
So good.
Awesome. All right. And this has been Pope Bear. You can find me on Twitter at Pope Bear or lurking in these channels up here. Make sure you follow our podcast Twitter. It's at DestinyComPod. It really helps if you follow it and turn on notifications for that. We only tweet out the stuff that's relevant. We've got some exciting stuff going on. Next week, we have Jez coming on, and I'm really excited to have him on. So we'll be announcing that next week. And yeah, some more stuff. Stay tuned. Last thing that we talk about is if you're listening to this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. If you're listening to this on iTunes, it would really help us out if you slipped into the comment section and rated the podcast and give us a thumbs up. And if you're listening to this on Twitch right now, thank you very much. We love you.
bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.